Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're live. Hello. Ha ha. To the nation. Yes, hello, nation. How are you? Or Nathan, maybe. I don't. Is there a Nathan watching? Give us a shout if there is. It's my last shift before I go off for Christmas, can you tell? I'm trying to keep it together, folks. I'm very excited. I'm so looking forward to Christmas this year. I hope you are as well. Just a few more days until it all begins. I tell you what, do you want to keep warm at Christmas? We've got the way to do it. That's the way to do it! Ladies and gentlemen, this show is about luxury bedding, but actually it's not. This show will change your life forever. And for the better. And I know that's a bold claim. You'd never think for a second that a duvet and a pillow, and even a pillowcase, could change your life. I'll prove it. Not just me, but I've got a special guest. And when his mouth opens, the words, they flow out as if on the backs of angels. And I tell you what, honestly and truly, it is silk bedding. It is the finest quality silk that money can buy. But silk has very special properties that other materials do not. And it's going to help you get the very best night's sleep you've ever had. We're absolutely confident of that. So stay tuned. We're on Freeview just exclusively at the moment until ITV and STV join in about 4.5, I've just heard, 4.5 minutes time. So should we have a little look at what's coming up? Well, you probably can tell because it says it right there. Mulberry Silk Duvet. Well, guess what? We've got Mulberry Silk Duvets. They come in all sizes, all standard bedding sizes, single, double, king and super king. And all the prices will waft onto your screen. They're 100% naturally non-allergenic. And also, by the way, these duvets and the pillows and all of the Mulberry Silk products tonight carry the Allergy UK seal of approval. Dust mites do not like silk. They don't live there. They don't want to be there. It's not a condition, or they are not conditions that are conducive to their existence. And so this is the bedding that, if you're an allergy sufferer, it is for you, because no dust mites. Well, they might wander in, a couple of them, a couple of stragglers here and there, but they will leave literally, I would say, after. Right, sorry. So they're also 100% breathable. This is important. And they wick away moisture. And you can wash them in the washing machine. And they have a 10-year guarantee. And they come with an unconditional money-back guarantee, so you can try them first. The really important thing, though, is they regulate temperature. You cannot overheat, that I'm aware of, under a Mulberry Silk duvet. They keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. And honestly and truly, you'll sleep better, I believe. You really, truly, honestly will. You spend up to a third of your life in bed, so make it count, right? Okay, I think for the sake of 2.5 minutes, I've got to do it. I've got to introduce. Shall I introduce Ray? I can't just let this poor gentleman sit here, and he's just coughed. He's alerted us to his presence. Ray Kennedy, how are you, sir?
I'm okay, Rob. Than't you very much.
See,
I coughed to let
tones.
you know I'm still alive.
Excellent. It's good to know. Always good to know. We've literally only got a couple of minutes before we join the other broadcasters, so we're sort of filling I think is the expression, which is why I'm being a silly so-and-so. Okay. But do you want to say something serious for 2 minutes about Mulberry Silk?
Well, anyone who is watching at the moment who is considering buying a Mulberry Silk bedding product, all I can tell you is this: the products are made to the highest standards. They're sold with an unconditional money-back guarantee. The important thing when you buy anything, especially at this time of the year, you know, when every pound has got to be accounted for, we are offering our duvets this morning at a price which is slightly less than we were charging for them when we first sold them in television 22 years ago. So you are getting incredible value for money. You have a 10-year guarantee. And please remember, this is an all-weather duvet. Machine washable wash it as often as you want. It will never lose shape. The top cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. The filling, triple A grade Mulberry silk. Officially, the king of silks. That's what they call it, the king of silks.
I've got to stop you there.
Stop me now.
Because yeah, we're about to say hello to what I imagine is going to be a very, very large audience. You're coming on air just after midnight, and it's Friday night into Saturday morning, isn't it? The last hurrah before Christmas. We might get some interesting emails later. So do stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. In all seriousness, really and truly, if you are watching right now on Freeview, this bedding is amazing. I own so much of it, I should get shares in the company. Join you after this.
Merry Christmas!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. OK, this is the important one. This is the big one. This is the show that could change your life. And I mean that. If you've just tuned in, you're like, what? What's he talking about? A shopping show on ITV? What's going on? And STV as well, of course. Seriously, this is one of those things that seems so innocuous. It's bedding, duvets, pillows, pillowcases, but they're made out of materials that are very different to standard bedding. And there are lots of problems with standard bedding that we're going to highlight, and they're all solved by the Mulberry Silk bedding that you're going to get tonight. Can I ask immediately off the bat to all of our friends here that have already bought Mulberry Silk bedding, particularly recently on a recent show, please send us an email, studio@shopontv.co.uk, to let us know how you got on. I'm on a mission to help the nation sleep better, and so far I'd like to say that I'm winning. Now, here's the other thing, very important information. Once we get into this, and I crave your attention for a mere 20 to 30 minutes, because it could be the best 20 to 30 minutes of television you've ever seen, not necessarily from an entertainment point of view, but from an informational point of view. Knowledge is power, and the knowledge we're going to impart to you will, I believe, change your life for the better for the rest of your life. Honestly. But it's almost Christmas. We're Friday night, Saturday morning, technically. Are you going to get this before Christmas? Yes. Here's the thing. This is the last show that we can, quote, guarantee that you will get your items before Christmas. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to order now, tonight, or this morning, whichever way you care to look at it. And on today, later in the day, throughout the day on Saturday and the whole of Sunday, the folks at Mulberry Silk are going to pick and pack all of your orders and have them ready. They will be collected first thing Monday morning by DPD, and they will be sent to you 24-hour guaranteed next day delivery. Now, here's the thing. That's a special service that Mulberry Silk are providing you so that you can get your items before Christmas. The standard delivery is usually 3 to 5 days. You may find when you go to check out on our website that it gives you a delivery estimate that is after Christmas. Ignore that. It is wrong. Just ignore it. You will, and you know, all things being equal, unless there's some kind of act of God, as they call it, you will get your items before Christmas. They'll go out Monday. You should have them Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest, right? So please ignore any delivery estimate that our website gives you at shopontv.co.uk. All right, let's get into it. Duvets, pillows, pillowcases, Mulberry Silk. We're going to go quick, we're going to go fast, because I know that there are other distractions potentially tonight. And if it comes to you wanting to watch a fight, don't worry, because after half an hour with me, Ray will want to punch me anyway. So, speaking of Ray, here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ray Kennedy.
Yeah, good morning,
from
Rob.
Arcade Sales. How are you, Ray?
Good morning to all the viewers. I'm very well, thank you, Rob.
Good.
And I'm looking forward very much to the show.
This is my last show before I go away for Christmas. I couldn't think of anyone I'd rather spend it with.
Thank you. It's nice of you to say so. Ditto.
Ah, thank you very much. Aw. Now, okay, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, this man, when you start to hear what he's about to tell you, please take note and get ready to order as soon as the penny drops. Place your order and check out straight away. We don't have huge stocks of everything tonight, so we're always struggling against getting stocks, and there's a reason for that we'll explain. Would you, in a nutshell, Ray, explain to everybody watching so that within 5 minutes they kind of go, aha! What is Mulberry Silk? Why is it different from regular bedding? Why are these products superior, and why should they buy them now?
Right. Well, the answer to that is quite, well, fairly simple. In my opinion, you cannot put a price on a good night's sleep.
Right.
And an awful lot of people find they go to bed at night hoping to have a good night's sleep. And they're
Or
waking
thinking
up,
they are getting a good night's sleep, even.
yeah, and they're waking up in the middle of the night. And the main reason why they're waking up in the middle of the night, they get too hot in bed. Not too cold, Rob, too hot.
Sure.
So one of the advantages of silk, there are many advantages, but one of them, it is a duvet that is self-regulating. It's an all-weather duvet. You don't need one for the winter and a different one for the summer. I'll explain why as we get deeper into the show.
Yeah.
You'll find it's hygienic because dust mites cannot live in it.
Right.
That's not me saying that. That's not you saying it. That's the United Kingdom Allergy Board saying it.
Yes.
And here's the certificate to prove it.
Yeah, and that's been certified every year. For how many years now?
Every year for the last 30-odd years.
30 plus
now,
years.
the important thing to remember, you can wash it as often as you want.
You can wash it.
As often as you want.
In a regular washing machine.
The largest, yes, the largest one we make is a Super King. It weighs just under 3 kilos.
Yep.
Right? It'll fit in any standard UK machine. You wash it a cold wash, 30 degrees. You can either tumble dry or line dry.
Yeah.
Now, the important thing to remember, quality. At the end of the day, Rob, nothing, absolutely nothing beats quality.
Right.
Now, there's only 2 parts to this duvet. The top cover and the filling within the top cover. Now, the top cover is Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Any thread count above 180 is considered to be luxury. So the top cover is spot on. Now, the filling within the top cover is very, very special. It is AAA grade Mulberry Silk. And what I'm going to say next, I would advise any viewer, for their own peace of mind, to check on a computer. Go into Google or Wikipedia, type in all about silk. Now remember, they're not trying to sell you a duvet. They're simply answering questions. And they will tell you, the professionals within the silk industry, they consider Mulberry Silk, AAA grade, to be the king of silks. Now that's an interesting word, Rob, king. There can only be one king. Others aspire to be king. But within the silk industry, one king, Mulberry, AAA grade. And that's all we use. And we use long-fibre silk. Each strand within the duvet is over 1 mile long, unbroken. So that means when you wash it, it cannot clump up. So perhaps you'll have worked out for yourself by now. We think, and our customers who've already bought them from us think, this is a very, very special product. A 10-year warranty, that's a long time.
Say that again, Ray.
A 10-year warranty,
A
Rob.
decade?
A decade, 10 years.
So if anything goes wrong with your duvet, in
10 years.
10 years, you're going to sort it out.
I must tell you something. Silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world.
Yeah.
Although we guarantee it for 10 years, the duvets we have in my bed at home are 36 years old. And my wife washes them on average 3 times a year. Cold wash, 30 degrees, wash them as often as you want. And the final thing, the most important thing, whatever you buy, whether it's from a regular shop, whether it's from a television channel, whether you buy online, it's so important that you get value for money. So I'll repeat what I said at the beginning. We are offering our duvet this morning at a price which is slightly less than we were charging for it 22 years ago when we first put it on television. The quality has stayed high. The price has dropped slightly.
Can we show the prices? Would you mind, if
Yes,
that's okay?
please
I'm going to
do.
ask my producer if we can just... Because, OK, there is a saying, isn't there, that you buy cheap, you pay twice. Just so you know that given that, you know, anecdotally speaking, Ray's duvets are 36 years old, and there are many customers who've had their duvets for 20, 30 plus years, what you'll pay for these actually over the course of the lifetime of the duvet is very, very little compared to what you may pay for inferior quality bedding, duvets and pillows and pillowcases, that ultimately you have to throw away and then replace. So we're going to get the prices for you in a second, but I want to tell you something that's really, really important here. I'm going to challenge you, if you sleep on or under a synthetic product, so hollow fibre, or any kind of feather product, so, you know, goose, duck, down, that kind, even if it's really high quality down, you've not had the best night's sleep that you can have, I don't think, honestly. And here's why. Because they trap heat. No matter how good the quality of the filling, I mean, obviously hollow fibre, you know, synthetic fibre, you can't really sort of ascribe quality to that, I wouldn't say. But there are some sort of posh feather duvets, and you can pay a lot of money for them. But the inherent problem with them is they trap heat, whereas Mulberry Silk regulates temperature, so it helps you stay hot or warm in the winter and cool in the summer. When heat is trapped, Ray, what happens?
Well, quite simply, people sweat and they overheat, and it becomes uncomfortable. But silk self-regulates. You know, Rob, all of these things that I mentioned in television, these are things the public have told me. As you know from previous shows we have done, we exhibit every year at roughly 70 exhibitions every year throughout the country. Now, we've been in business for 67 years. We go back to the same
67
exhibition.
years?
67 years. Giving my age away now, aren't I, Rob?
You started very young.
Very young. Right. We go back to the same exhibition year in, year out, right, for 67 years. And for 37 of those years, we've sold silk products. So obviously, certain people who have bought them from us come back to the exhibition year in, year out, and they talk to us. They tell us their likes and their dislikes. And what happens, what Rob's saying, you buy a big, heavy, puffy duvet, you tend to overheat under it, you sweat. You're waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, one leg dangling out the bed, backside sticking out the duvet, duvet off, duvet on, duvet off, duvet on. Now you're awake when you should be asleep. And one of the main reasons why you're awake, you're simply too hot.
But then when
now,
you cool
silk
down,
stops that happening.
It stops that happening.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, once you take the duvet off, you fall asleep again. But then you wake up because you get too cold, so you put the duvet back on.
Cold sweat on you, yeah.
And then you fall asleep again, and then you wake up because you're too hot. So all night long, you're going back and forth.
Forward, yeah.
And that's breaking your sleep. It's what they call toxic sleep, which I'll get to in a minute. I do apologise. We've got the prices for you now that I wanted to show you in a moment. They are phenomenal, considering how long these products, these duvets will last you. I mean, if you buy this now, it could outlive you if you're middle-aged, and if you buy it for your kids, they'll be middle-aged by the time they need a new one,
I
probably.
always say to people, Rob, when you buy one of our duvets, please consider it to be an investment.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to replace it in 6 or 7 or 8 years.
No.
As I mentioned earlier, the quality is superb.
Yeah.
I must tell you, when I'm doing a live exhibition, People can come up and touch the product.
Yeah.
On TV, they can't.
No.
They can only see it on camera.
Yeah.
Now, when people come up and touch this, you can see the shock in their face. Mild shock. They go, whoa, this is special. And Rob, it is special.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly high-quality product at an affordable price.
But also, the thing is that the Mulberry Silk, AAA grade, is literally, ladies and gentlemen, the finest silk you can buy.
Yeah.
There is no better quality. If you had all the money in the world, and you wanted the best silk, that's what you would get. AAA grade Mulberry Silk. But there are, as always, you talked about the king. There are always pretenders to the throne. And yeah, you can Google Mulberry Silk or whatever search engine you happen to use, and you may find other Mulberry Silk products. But there are things you've got to watch out for, aren't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of fake silk being sold on the internet in particular. And I'm sad to say, sorry to say, in some shops in the United Kingdom, what they actually do, Rob, they get cotton or polyester and they polish it so it looks like silk. Now, to the untrained eye, you can't tell the difference.
Right.
And what they do, they take a small quantity of silk and they add a large quantity of fake or man-made fibers, so they get a higher profit. Now, they put a silk label on, and they can get away with that in the United Kingdom. The law allows them to do that. Now, I would like to just stress very forcibly that everything we have on offer this morning is coming from the official Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company Limited. Our head office is in Vancouver. We've been in business, in the silk business, for 37, 38 years now. We export to 35 countries throughout the world. Everything we are offering is made by the official Mulberry Company. And always read the label when you buy any silk product. And in particular, read the small print. Be careful when you're shopping for silk. That's all I'm saying.
So, we will talk, well, you'll tell a story about basically Ray's son went shopping in Glasgow and was shocked to find, well, stay tuned and we'll tell you the rest of that story in a moment. May I just quickly show those prices again, if that's okay, please? Please and thank you, because, ladies and gentlemen, I want to point out the single is £139. Now, remember, these are guaranteed for a decade. So even after 10 years, if it just gave up the ghost, which, of course, it isn't going to, it's £1.39 a year. Is that right? No, £13.90 a year. Sorry, my maths is terrible. But, it's pennies or fractions of a penny a day. Same for £179 for the double, £17.90 a year, even if it only lasted 10 years. £1.99 for the king and £2.19 for the super king. So, yes, they are more expensive than if you go to the regular department store and buy a cheap hollow fibre, 30, 40 quid job. But those are awful. And then also you'll end up throwing them away. And when it comes to pillows, when we get onto pillows in a moment, what's going to happen, folks, is that you're basically going to end up throwing your pillow away and then buying another one. And you may buy that same pillow 10, 20, 30 times in a lifetime. So at the end of the day, it's just a false economy. Buy quality now. You'll have it potentially for the rest of your life. But also, here's the other thing we haven't mentioned yet. As you listen and as you start to really understand what we're saying, which any intelligent person, of course, can and will, I want you to know this. You have, courtesy of Ray and his company, RK Sales, an unconditional money-back guarantee. So you can try this, and Ray, as you always say, if they're not satisfied.
Well, quite simply, if you're not satisfied, simply lift the telephone, phone us, and we will refund your money. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone, no long discussions. We will simply say, thank you for trying our product. We appreciate it. Here's your money back, no argument.
Yeah.
So you have nothing to lose by trying this wonderful product. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a wonderful product.
Well,
it's something special.
The only thing that you stand to lose is £4.95 postage and packing. So you're taking a punt for a fiver. But listen, we have to pay the post person to get it to you, right? So even after the first night, you will, I believe, notice a massive difference in the quality of your sleep. We're going to get really into the whole toxic sleep and what you should be doing and how you should be sleeping and how ultimately you get to have a quality of sleep that is essential for life and essential for functioning throughout your waking days. Because if you don't sleep well, it affects so much, doesn't it, of the rest of your life when you're up and about and around. So we'll get into all of that. But I just want to say, look, all you've got to do is go to shopontv.co.uk, or you can call us 0333 241 241. And you've got an unconditional money-back guarantee, and you just contact RK Sales. By the way, their contact information is on every single tag of every single item that they sell. So they're easy to find, and they've been around for, 67 years. 67. So I don't think they're going anywhere just yet. And again, select the size you want, add it to your basket. You can also buy now if you want to, but bear in mind that, ladies and gentlemen, and when you do get to this page, you can either sign in if you've got an account already, create an account free of charge, no subscriptions or any kind of financial transactions involved with owning an account, or you can check out as a guest if you'd really prefer to. It just makes it quicker and easier if you do have an account for when you check out next time. But please, folks, ignore any delivery estimate that it gives you, because our systems this is a cocoon, by the way. Our systems, they haven't been told that there's special delivery that's been organised for you. Remember, over the weekend, all of the orders that come in from the show now, they will be transmitted to our to RK Sales. They will be putting them all together, packing them, and getting them ready over the weekend. And first thing, Monday morning, they'll be picked up by DPD, and they're all going out. Guaranteed, tracked next day delivery. So you should have them 24 hours. So you should have them Tuesday. I mean, Wednesday at the latest, but definitely Tuesday. In time for Christmas.
DPD are very good.
They are. And do you know what, Ray? It's getting cold. I mean, it was chilly today. This is potentially the last duvet or pillow you'll ever need to buy. I want you to tell us more about the silk and everything else.
Right, how we get it.
How we get it and such, and then we have got a pillow as well, which, by the way, everything we say about the duvet is true of the pillow too. And if you're not sure, if you're sceptical about everything we're saying about the duvet and you're thinking, well, before I spend 219 quid on a super king size duvet, you spend 40 quid on a pillow and try it, because you'll know the first night you sleep in it. And you know what usually happens? People buy a pillow as a sort of like a gateway product from Mulberry Silk, an introduction to Mulberry Silk. And then they come back the next day or the next time and they buy a duvet, ultimately, because they're that good. Look, I've got 6 pillows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I haven't, sorry. I've got 8 pillows. And I've got 1, 2, 3 duvets, because my son's got one as well, and 2 pillows. I've got a Super King and 2 pillows at home, and then I've got a king size and 2 pillows in our crew house, and I've got 2 spare pillows. No, sorry, I beg your pardon. I've got 4 duvets, because I've also got the original duvet that I got back in, when was lockdown? 2020, 2020, yeah. And I'll tell that story a little bit later on. There's so much to talk about, so much to discuss. But so yeah, Ray, just before we move on to the pillow, what have we not talked about with regards to silk yet that's essential?
Well, the viewers listening might be interested in how we get the silk. We take the silkworm, we place it in a large metal tray, Rob, roughly the size of this bed. Mm-hmm. We place the tray containing the worm into a darkened room, and we keep it there for 35, 36 days. Mm-hmm. Now, we feed the worm exclusively in mulberry leaves. It will eat 10,000 times its own body weight in mulberry leaves, and its body weight will increase tenfold. Now, after 35, 36 days, it kicks the cocoon off. This is a little cocoon here I have in the end of my finger. Uh-huh. We place that cocoon in tepid water, and all the silk will float off in one piece, unbroken in one piece. Now, that little cocoon, on that little cocoon in fibre, there's at least 1 mile of fibre, and there's about 6,000 of those in every duvet.
What size duvet, for example, would have 6,000?
There'll be 6,000.
So, because they take multiple of them and they wind them into threads, don't they?
Yes, wind them into threads. Yeah. There's roughly 8 to 10 fibres in each thread.
Gosh.
Right. So it's about 6,000 in a duvet.
Gosh.
Now,
how many you put in a pillow?
In a pillow is about 2,500. Wow. Right. Now, the interesting thing, Rob, is because we will only use AAA grade mulberry silk, nothing else. Yeah. we constantly run out of top grade silk. And the reason being, there are 3 different colors of mulberry leaves, red, black, and white. If you feed the worm on the red and black leaf,
Yeah.
right, you'll find you get a very high quality mulberry silk. If you feed it on the white leaf, of course, you take a jump up.
Yeah.
And you get the highest grade silk you can possibly get,
Yeah.
AAA grade mulberry. And that's what we are using here. Now, the problem is the tree that provides the white mulberry leaf only grows in any commercial quantity in central and eastern China. That's why we constantly run out of top grade silk, and why we can't be here as often as you would like us to be here, because we will
the
only
worms only
use
grow at
top
certain
grade
times.
silk.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's
but I was
all
gonna
right,
say,
Rob.
the worms grow at certain
Yeah.
times of year.
Yes.
The
Yes.
trees grow at certain times of year, and then when there are neither or one or neither is available,
In
you
other
just
words,
stop.
we're relying on Mother Nature. And we can't push her. It's not like a machine you can plug in and it produces silk.
Yeah.
We're relying on Mother Nature.
Now get ready. In a second, you're going to see a pic. That package there. That is a Super King. A Super King will fit in a standard sized 7.5 kilo front-loading washing machine. I know, because I have one. And it will also fit, incidentally, into one side of a carry-on suitcase, and the pillow will happily fit on the other side. So if you're a road warrior like me, or you travel a lot, then you can actually take your bedding with you. The pillow particularly, you know, I'll suffer a duvet, a synthetic duvet at a hotel, but I cannot suffer a pillow, because once you've slept on this pillow, you will never go back to sleeping on a different pillow or another pillow, I believe. They are phenomenal. And again, all of the stories that we're telling you about silk, as we build and build and build, they all apply to the pillow as well. Just to summarize very, very quickly, silk, mulberry silk, the finest silk money can buy, and full-length fibres, not little offcuts, not leftovers, not bits and bobs, the full fibre, every fibre over a mile long, 2,500 cocoons in a pillow, roughly 6,000 cocoons in a king-size duvet, so even more in a super king-size duvet, for example. 10-year guarantee on your duvet, 2-year guarantee on your pillow. By the way, 5-year guarantee on your 100% mulberry silk pillowcase, which is silk front and back. And those are amazing too. You can machine wash all of this. The pillows you can machine wash. They also have a money-back guarantee. No other pillows in the country do, or the nation, because once you've used or opened the packaging, the stores are not allowed to take them back for hygiene reasons. So, and yes, it has a money-back guarantee. So yes, you can. Get this now. You can try sleeping on it. You can discover for yourself that everything we're saying is absolutely true. And then when you know that for sure, you carry on and your life gets better because your sleep gets better. How many times have you woken up and gone, oh, I slept funny? No, you didn't. You slept on the wrong pillow and under the wrong duvet. But you've got to check out, folks. It's gone bananas. It always does. If you don't check out, you will miss out. It's as simple as that. And look, your money is safe. And I'm sitting here, and in fact, actually, we'll get the iPad if we may, Dave, in a second, and we'll read some emails. I'd love to hear your testimonials if you've bought from a previous show. 10-year guarantee, machine washable, regulates heat. So in other words, silk helps to keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It doesn't trap heat. You never overheat. Honestly, the first time I tried a mulberry silk duvet, do you remember this, Ray?
Yeah.
Was during lockdown in Peterborough during lockdown, and basically they just closed the hotels. Do you remember that? We did a show. So I was our CEO
when COVID first struck.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'd put these little cabins into the car park, which were interesting. They're basically glorified boxes with a bed in. They're called bunker bins, if you want to check them out. Honestly, it was like being out in
fun time, Rob.
Yeah, like a war movie. But it was freezing. And I remember this vividly. It was -7 degrees, and we did a show, and it was the first time I'd heard about mulberry silk, and I thought, I'll pull the other one. So you lent me, I later bought it, and I still have it to this day, you lent me a single duvet. And I took it back to my bunker bin, and I stripped down to my boxes, and I got into bed, and it was mine. I didn't have any heating in the cabin. It was, I don't know, it's just useless. And I wrapped myself up and I quickly got warm and I thought, I'm going to overheat. I'm going to overheat. I'm going to overheat. I'm going to overheat. I was wearing a watch at the time. Going to overheat. And I never did. And do you know what happened next? I woke up 8 hours later in the same position with the duvet wrapped around me.
People tell me that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, very often when people share a bed, Rob, one likes the bed warm, one likes it less warm. For instance, in the winter months, in the cold weather even, my wife likes to sleep with the bedroom window slightly open. I would like it closed, but she likes it slightly open. So obviously we have it slightly open. It's as simple as that. Of
course.
I've been married for 49 years. I do as I'm told. Right? But people
Secret
who
to a happy
share a
marriage.
bed, one likes the bed warm, one likes it less warm. You can both sleep under this duvet and it self-reflects. Now, here's another thing that's very important. Because the silk is long fibre, each strand over a mile long, it is a cocoon fibre. It's designed by Mother Nature, not by man, by Mother Nature, to gently fold itself around you, cocoon you, and protect you from anything that's bad that's in the middle of the night, cold weather, drafts, whatever.
Well, because that's this little
what it
thing.
is. This little worm
thing
has to live in that.
In China,
In
where
China.
it can be
in the wild. In the wild.
Yes, scorching heat during the day. It could be freezing cold at night. There could be monsoons. There could be sun beating on it. Who knows? And then also, by the way, there are predators trying to get in here and have a bit of dinner. But this thing is really strong.
Tough, strong.
And it's not got central heating or air conditioning inside. It's got to stay the right temperature for the worm inside. Otherwise, the worm would die. Just as if the temperatures varied too much, the same would happen to us. It's there to protect. And so all of the properties that we're describing are designed by Mother Nature to work for the worm.
And remember, so important, this duvet is the only silk duvet currently being sold anywhere in the United Kingdom that has the coveted Allergy Board certificate. Now, the Allergy Board certificate is very, very important. Anybody with allergies, the Allergy Board are telling you, we have the certificate here, you should be sleeping under silk. No dust mites.
What we're going to do, there it is. All of the Mulberry Silk products are all covered by this Allergy UK certificate, and we're going to get into that. Honestly, there's so much to cover, and I'm trying really hard to make sure that we get through it as quickly as possible so that you can make an informed decision. By the way, also, it is capped postage and packing. So $4.95, you'll only pay one P&P. So if you put 5 pillows, 2 duvets, a couple of pillowcases, whatever bundle you put together, it's only going to cost you £4.95 P&P for the whole thing. It's not per item. I can show you this. Look, there's the web. You see, we've got a double duvet, we've got 2 pillows and 2 K. Actually, there's only 1 pillow there by the looks of it. Add another one. Go on, Caroline. Have another one. But you'll notice that. Look, the P&P does not go up. It's $4.95. And if you use PayPal Pay in 3, that's incorporated into your, basically into your payments. But please ignore the delivery date. If you've just tuned in, I'm going to have to say this all night. Our systems will give you an estimate probably based on standard delivery. But Arcade Sales, Mulberry Silk, they have organised special delivery for you so that you get it in time for Christmas. So this whole weekend, later today, Saturday and all of Sunday, all your hundreds, if not thousands of orders will be picked and packed and ready to ship. They will be picked up by DPD in one huge consignment, first thing Monday morning, and they all are going out tracked 24-hour guaranteed delivery. So you should get your item by Tuesday morning or Tuesday sometime during the day. Wednesday at the latest. Just make sure you're home and make sure you check your tracking. But so you will get these before Christmas. So if you're getting some for the relatives, maybe you've got people coming to stay with you, get these now, particularly if you've got elderly people, anyone who's going through the menopause, anyone who suffers from night sweats and things like that. Honestly, we're going to get into all of that in a moment. And if you've got any questions, I want you to be happy. I want you to be certain. I want you to be sure when you buy this that you're getting it for the reasons that you understand and that you know fulfill whatever your personal reasons are for picking up the phone or going to the website right now. So just, we're on email, studio@shopontv.co.uk. I've got the iPad right here. And in fact, should we do a little email section
Okay,
here?
Rob.
This is from Simon and Penny, who say, Happy Christmas, Rob and Ray.
Thank you very much, Simon.
Thank you, Simon and Penny. And then we've also got, let's see here, so it's also from Simon and Penny. They say this: the Mulberry Silk bedding is a game changer. Bought the king size from the bedroom, which didn't have the drape. So, yeah, because if you get one the next size up, you get the hotel drape, as we call it. So, where are we? Which didn't have the... So we bought the Super King, which rocks. Thus, the king size is now in our caravan. Excellent place for it, by the way. The pillows are awesome, as they are, as are the silk pillowcases. I do not overheat and sweat anymore. No more sweat-ridden pillows. I don't fold the pillow anymore, and we sleep so much better. It's a no-brainer for us, and we can't wait for a Mulberry Silk Duvet, for the Mulberry Silk Duvet covers in the new year. That's the thing, because we didn't mention this yet. Mulberry Silk, wicks away up to 30% of its weight in moisture, so it takes your sweat away. So no more waking up in the middle of the night with a hot head and you know, wet hair. Then we've also got, this is from, Lady Gaga's on. Hi, she says, hey Robbo, hey Gigi. Just wondering if you sorted Christmas dinner yet. I'm still waiting for your official invitation. She goes on to say, I've got some mulberry at my gaff, so if you fall asleep after the brandy sauce, all's good. Good to know. We can listen to Cliff and the rest, but only if I get a Shop on TV goodie bag for Christmas. All the best, Lady Gaga. P.S. I still have 8 years warranty on my mulberry. We still haven't quite ascertained yet if this is the actual Lady Gaga.
Oh, it is, Rob, surely.
I thought it probably, you know.
It's Christmas, it's got to be.
It's Christmas. It's a Christmas miracle. I would happily go to dinner with Lady Gaga, that's for sure. Anyway, by the way, I think we've got a question here. This is from Leah. Hello. Does using a duvet cover or pillowcase affect... here it is. We always wait for well, I was going to cover this. Does it affect the functionality of the duvet and pillows being able to regulate your body temperature while sleeping? Okay, yeah, so basically, yes, it does. So you have to make sure that the only covers you use on your pillows and your duvets, and it's all standard sizes, by the way, has to be a natural product. So we recommend cotton. Well, silk for the pillowcase, cotton. Now, I'll tell you why. You can get a 300 thread count duvet cover with a pillowcase set for about 20, 25 quid. In fact, actually, because Paul's getting a load of mulberry silk for his... Is it his dad or for his parents? For Christmas. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Sorry, in case they're watching. But he just got 400 thread count Egyptian cotton bedding for £40. Now, you can pay a little more, you can pay a little less, but it's very affordable. If you put synthetic fibre, like, not hollow fibre, what do they call it? Microfibre or something like that on top of your mulberry silk, yeah, it stops all the properties of the silk working. So we recommend cotton. You can use regular cotton, but if you can go to long-fibre Egyptian cotton, it's just more luxurious. And it's the same as what is on the duvet already. So I hope that answers that question. And then Leah also says, my dad's a big fan of mulberry silk and this show. Wonderful. He's so excited for Christmas and is hoping he has mulberry silk under the tree. So warming and so much better than regular pillows. Merry Christmas from us. Thank you, Leah. Let's talk about the pillows, shall we?
Right.
And please check out, we've only got a few hundred of these, and usually, more than a few hundred go every show.
We normally, it's wrong to count your chickens before they're hatched, Rob.
Indeed.
But normally we sell an awful lot of pillows.
Yeah.
And people love them,
Yeah.
And we sell them with a money-back guarantee.
Yeah.
Normally when you buy a pillow, if you don't like it, you've got to keep it. If you take it back to the shop you bought it from, under the Health and Hygiene Act, they can refuse to take it back. You can't give it, if you buy a pillow you don't like, how do you get rid of it? How many pillows do you reckon end up in landfill in the United Kingdom every year? Now, I've checked this figure before I came here. I always check these figures so I don't make a fool of myself in television. How many do you think go to landfill? Bad pillows, cheap pillows, nasty pillows that people buy. They think they're good. They're usually packaged beautifully. You're in the supermarket, Rob.
Yeah.
You see these pillows in a package.
4 for 20 quid, yeah.
2 for 10, 4
whatever,
for 20.
yeah.
There's a picture of a girl sleeping beautifully like this. She looks so happy. And you think, well, I'll take a chance. So you buy them.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks later, they're flat as a pancake. You've got them, you don't want them. So they end up in landfill. How many do you think go in landfill
Do you know,
every
you tell me
year?
this every show, and I deliberately don't pay attention, so I'm surprised. It's a lot. It's millions.
Well, ask
isn't it?
Dale. He's a new cameraman.
Dale, do you know?
How many pillows? Give us a
have a
figure,
guess.
Dale.
5,000.
Dale says 5,000.
5,000. Okay.
Well, I think Dale's been at the Christmas spirits. Dale, brace yourself. 10 million. That's a fact.
A year.
10 million every year. People buy these pillows. Now, we're in Manchester. About 6 weeks...
Manchester!
6 months ago, I was in the
remind me of
biggest
celebrity.
retailer of pillows in Manchester. I'm not going to mention the name. That would be unkind. They had a mountain of pillows, Rob. A mountain.
Yeah.
Piled up as high as you could see. They were selling them for £6 each. And they were filled with recycled plastic bottles.
What?
That's the sort of rubbish that people buy.
Literally rubbish.
And expect to sleep on and be comfortable.
How are you not going to sweat
Now,
on that?
Well, how can you? In a hot July evening, in the middle of the night, you're lying in bed, it's hot, it's sticky.
Well, even in the winter,
your
I'm
head's
eating
in a
on.
pillow that's filled with plastic. So these are the pillows that end up in landfill. Now, our pillows are something special.
Yeah.
How these pillows came about, one of the senior buyers from a very large TV company came along to us. She said, you know, the public love your duvets. Could you please make a pillow to the same high standards?
Yep.
We went back to our head office in Vancouver. We have a research and development department there, and we went to work making a pillow. Now, there's an old saying, Rob, the devil is in the detail. So we took our time. There's no point rushing.
Yeah. And this is an expert bedding company. isn't it?
Yes,
You know,
we
the
have a
Mulberry Silk
stellar
Company.
reputation
Yeah.
for making high-quality products.
Yep.
So we took our time. It took us roughly 2.5 years to get the pillow ready to be sold to the public.
Yep.
Now, we brought it back to the UK to launch it. Now, at this point, I should mention, the Bedding Association here in Britain, they're clever people. They know what they're talking about. They reckon if all pillows were sold with a money-back guarantee, they're not, but if they were, they reckon the percentage it would be returned could be as high as 60 or 65%.
And the
Now,
rest.
keep that figure in mind, Rob.
Yeah,
60
yeah.
or 65%.
Yep.
When we launch this pillow, this will perhaps give the viewers some courage to buy one and try it. It's sold with a money-back guarantee. When we launched it, in the first 13 months, we sold 86,000 pillows. Now, we didn't get 60 or 65% returned. We got 19 individual pillows returned. 19, Rob,
One
not
nine.
19%. 19 out of 86,000. Now, here's the reason why. This one I'm holding is the one I sleep on at home. When I come here, I bring it so I can hold it up to the camera and let the viewers make a judgment on it, right? It's been washed, I would say, 20 to 25 times. You wash it a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry. Once or twice a year, on a warm, sunny day, you drop it in the washing line in the garden, let the sun beat down on it, and the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse it. Now, if you read the label in this pillow, we're not trying to hoodwink anyone. This is exactly what's inside it. If you were to cut this pillow open, in the middle, you have a little pocket of fiber. That's to give you support for your neck and shoulders and make it really comfortable. All the way around that little pocket of fiber, you have layer after layer after layer of AAA grade, long fiber, mulberry silk, officially recognized by the silk industry to be the king of silks. Top cover Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. When you wash it, it cannot and it will not lose shape. We guarantee this pillow for at least 2 years. And I must tell you, when you wash it, it's going to look like that. I would estimate the life of this pillow, well, I would estimate at minimum 10 to 15 years. It's a top quality pillow. Now, you can only buy it from 2 people, from myself or from Shop and TV. We don't supply shops. I'll tell you why in a second. I'll tell you why right now, in actual fact. The reason why we don't supply shops, normally when you have a pillow like this ready to be sold to the public, you take it to a distributor who then sells it to a wholesaler, who then sells it to the shopkeeper or the retailer. We've eliminated those 3 people. You're buying direct from our partner, one partner, Shop and TV. I sell this pillow on my website at £60 per pillow and £5 postage. And to use a modern phrase, I'm not ripping people off. That's the true value of this pillow. You can buy it now from Shop and TV for £40. You're saving £20 per pillow. And we got 19 returned out of 86,000. It's a medium firm quality support pillow. It's washable, allergy board approved, no dust mites. That's not Rob saying it. That's not Raymond saying it. That's the United Kingdom Allergy Board saying it. People with allergies, this is without shadow of doubt the only pillow you should be sleeping on. The average pillow at any given time has 1 million dust mites in it. Now, the lifespan of a dust mite is 10 weeks. It only lives for 10 weeks, then it dies. So the average pillow in 1 year has 5 million dust mites that die within it. It's estimated the average pillow doubles in weight in 3 years with dead dust mites. Dust mites do not like silk. When they see silk, they pack a bag, they emigrate. They simply go and live somewhere else. So if you have allergies, if you want to sleep on a pillow that's healthy, this is a pillow for you. £20 off, money back guarantee. No arguing, no fighting on the telephone. Don't like it, instant refund, 1 telephone call.
So we're at the stage in the show, ladies and gentlemen, that we always get to. It's always, you know, people listen and watch and they gather information, and then it goes absolutely bananas. So 1/3 of the stock of all the duvets is gone, if everyone checks out right now, and 20% of the pillows gone, if everyone checks out. I don't have a clock on the screen tonight, so I don't know what time it is. We've been on the air for, what, 52 minutes. Yeah. Let's just talk about something. If you want to know whether you're, and this statement is true with duvets and pillows, if you have either of those, that is, if it's synthetic fibre, so hollow fibre, or used bottles, if you've bought one of those, or any kind of feather product, those trap heat, they trap moisture, and when you've got heat and moisture, what do you get? You get the perfect, almost like a holiday camp and breeding ground for bacteria and dust mites who also love being around a festering, bacteria-laden duvet or pillow. That's what you're sleeping on. Now, look, full disclosure, dust mites they're not really harmful to us. We live around them all the time. The allergen actually is their poo, because it's not just the live ones, it's the poo that's come out of them, and it's all the dead ones. They don't cart them out, they don't take them off and, you know, shove them to the end of the garden or bury them under a tree. They stay in your duvet until they become dust. So here's the thing, if you've got a pillow, like this pillow's brand new, and this, you can see the support right away. It's not drooping. You do this with a hollow fibre, brand new hollow fibre pillow, it'll droop. But if you've got either hollow fibre or feather right now, go get your pillow and hold it like this. If you've had it for, I don't know, a month, two months, something like that, see how much extra it droops. That is potentially the weight of the dust mites, their droppings, and the carcasses of their former dead relatives.
Now, Rob, the one you're holding is brand new.
Yeah.
The one I'm holding is 6 years old.
Yeah.
Washed 20 to 25 times.
Yeah.
This is the one I sleep on at home.
I know.
I bring it with me so I can hold it. Look at it.
So I wash mine about the same, 2-3 times a year.
Yeah.
You can get 2 into a regular 7.5 kilo front-loading washing machine, but they're quite cramped. I like to just give each pillow, I'll give them a chance to. I like to have one that just enjoys the luxury of its own spin. So I do one at a time. And I've got a clothes horse, so it takes about 45 minutes to an hour for them to dry. I tend to sort of flip them. As soon as the top dries, I flip it over, and then the bottom dries. They dry very, very quickly. And they come up absolutely beautifully. And because there are no dust mites in there, you're not washing them for those purposes. You're washing them really just to sort of maybe, particularly if you've got kids that have dribble. We all dribble, actually. And also in the summer, when it gets really, really hot and we sweat and you get those yellow marks. And by the way, you can get, I don't know who else makes it, but Vanish do a gel, which is safe for silk. Don't use the oxy powders because they're a bit too harsh on the silk. But I know Vanish do it. Others are probably available, but just check it is silk compatible, right? And they're a great way to whiten the top. It's the cotton you want to whiten. It doesn't even matter about what's inside because, the silk is going to last. It's going to last you for years. I mean, think about it. Even if you pay 20 quid for 4 pillows, first of all, you probably throw them away straight away. I did that when I went to a bedding shop and I bought a pack of 4, 20 quid. And I tried them out. I had to use all 4 just to get some kind of support under my head. And then they were all folded around me. I was hot. They were uncomfortable. I was sweating. I stuck them under I've got an Ottoman bed. I stuck them under my bed and thought, I'll just leave them for when guests come round. And then when guests did come round, even they were like, have you got a better pillow? These things are awful. So I threw them, as everybody does, I threw them away. This could be the last pillow you need to buy for years. Years. And you get to try it now. There's absolutely zero risk. Now almost a third of the stock of the pillows has gone. This will sell out if you don't check out now. You're going to miss it. Get as many as you need. Look, if you need 4, get 4. I'll tell you if you've got the budget for it. I'll tell you why. Not because we're trying to flog you loads of pillows. Because buy it, don't buy it. That's up to you. I don't get any commission on this. I mean, and even if I did, I still wouldn't try and force it down your throat because that's just the way I'm built. But the point is, you've got an unconditional money-back guarantee. So if you get them and they don't do everything we're telling you and you don't love everyone, including actually one of our other camera operators, the first night he did the first show with Ray, bought the pillow, Ian bought the pillow and asked him when he got it, and then, what was it like? He was like, I can't believe it. It's the best pillow I've ever slept on. Yeah. So, and you know what I mean? And he was on camera halfway through the show and bought it during the show on his phone while he was sitting behind the camera. So, by the way, I meant to say, Dale, if you want to take a load off on it, you're welcome to, because I know it's not a very active show, this. So we've got Dale tonight, who's also fantastic. So the point is, ladies and gentlemen, is this the best pillow money can buy? If you ask me, abso-blooming-lutely. There is no other pillow, in my opinion, better. The height of it's just right. And it's so comfortable. Medium firm support. Just remember, either put a silk pillowcase on it, we're going to come to these in a minute, or cotton, preferably Egyptian cotton. Don't put anything synthetic on there or it will stop the breathability and the temperature regulation and everything else. If you've just tuned in, remember, silk helps to regulate temperature. So it helps, and also wick away 30% of its weight in moisture. The days of you waking up in the middle of the night with a hot head and wet hair, sweat because you've been sweating, are gone when you sleep on one of these pillows. Ray, do you want to do a couple more emails?
Yep, sure.
And keep them coming. No question is too big, too small. There is no such thing as a silly question. We've heard it all before. Well, all right, Paul just said, what does the colour blue taste like? All right, there are silly questions after all, it turns out. With the duvet being thinner, does it stay unruffled in the duvet cover? Thanks from Leslie. Absolutely. But do you want to take that one? Yeah.
Well, all of our duvets, you'll notice, have a small zip at the top. Mm-hmm. So you can unzip it and examine the silk and see how it's manufactured.
Yes.
Right. Now, because we're using long-fibre silk, each strand over a mile long, we can hand stitch it all the way around the perimeter. Now, it takes 2 skilled operators, a day, sometimes a little bit longer, to stitch it all the way around, to properly stitch
Yes,
it,
yes.
all the way around the perimeter. Once they've done that, they can pull it towards themselves, and they can put these box cassettes in by machine.
Yes.
And that means 2 things. Number one, when you sleep under it, the silk cannot and it will not move because it's anchored.
Whereas
And-
other they use offcuts or
Yes,
small
and-
bits, so
and
then
it
they can
moves,
clump.
and you have to shake it
This
like
is
this.
miles. You've got about, what is it, in a king size? It's about 9 miles, isn't
No,
it?
it's nearly 15 miles.
15
Yeah, in a king
miles. How many
size,
miles
yeah.
in a pillow? Or is it 9 in a pillow?
No. In a king size duvet, you'll have about 15 miles. And in a pillow, you'll have about 5 or 6.
About 5 or 6,
Yeah.
good to know. But also, so the question that Leslie was asking, and I can tell you this from experience, because you don't need a duvet cover on this if white is your sort of, you know, your deco or your decor in your room. They are beautiful, bright white and Egyptian cotton, so it's kind of got its own duvet cover essentially. But if you want to change the colour, or you've got a different colour theme, yes, you can use any duvet cover in the appropriate size. All the sizes are standard. Again, remember, it has to be cotton or Egyptian cotton so that it doesn't block the benefits of the silk. But so Leslie, just so you know, once it's in the because cotton is relatively, it's not coarse per se, but it's when you put it in a duvet cover, mine has never ever ruffled inside the duvet cover. But if you want to, and if you've got duvet covers that are compatible, you'll notice on the edge of each of the duvets there is a little strip of, like a little tie. And if you've got duvet covers that have got little buttons in the corners, you can actually anchor it if you want to and do that. But trust me, in 5 years, nearly 6 years, I've never had a duvet slip around inside a duvet cover.
There's another thing, Rob,
Yes.
mentioning about the because it's light, because it's flexible, you'll find if a person perhaps lives on their own, getting on in years, they're not as strong as they used to be. One person can get this into the top cover with ridiculous ease.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's light, it's flexible, it's
Yeah.
not heavy, it's not puffy, and it's not difficult to manage.
We've got to move on to the pillowcases, but very quickly. So Gaza, hey Gaza, how you doing? Says, hi there guys, love watching your show. I'm very interested in Mulberry Silk. I'm a big cat lover and worried that they might claw and damage the duvet. Is it safe for pets? Also wondered the effects on skin and its aging.
Wow. What's that gentleman's
So
name?
Gaza?
Gaza.
Yeah.
Gaza, number one. I'm a cat lover too. So we're both slightly insane, aren't we, Gaza? Now, having said that, the effects on your skin, Gaza, are simply wonderful. In silk, there are 18 amino acids.
Well, should we do? Can we
which
cover
are
that
really good for your skin.
when we go to the pillowcase?
Yes.
We'll talk about that, Gaza. But sorry, the cat question. Will the cat claw at the duvet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cats are slightly crazy. They'll claw at anything if they're angry.
So has that stopped you from? Have they ruined your duvets?
No, not at all.
Right.
Because, you know, if a cat makes if a cat's claws are very sharp and so is the teeth.
yeah.
And if they make their mind up to chew something, they'll chew it.
Right.
But can I tell you something? My
they'll
cats,
claw any duvet,
my
won't they?
cats
Yeah.
sleep on a silk pillow, and they get so comfortable. They just go to sleep beautifully on it.
So get
just
them a
like
pillow.
people. They just
Yeah.
they look up at me sometimes, guys, and they say, "Not a bad idea, this."
Well, I was going to say probably the worst problem you'll have is that you'll get turfed out your own bed because your pets are going to want to sleep on the silk because it's so comfortable. It's just honestly, I do. I've said this on 3 shows now. I do funny things under my duvet because I do. Because I wake up, and I did it again today. I wake up, it's so amazing, these duvets and pillows and everything else, that because you just don't overheat. So you wake up, you're not supposed to toss and turn at night. You're supposed to, if you've had a good night's sleep, you're supposed to pretty much wake up in about the same sort of position that you were when you went to sleep, and your bedding should hardly have moved. But I wake up and I'm like, I can't. I've been under this duvet all night long, and not once have I woken up because I was too hot. And on the other day, I was like, I don't know what the temperature is in the room, and because you're under the duvet, you think, oh, it's probably quite warm in the room. And I have got the radiator on very low, because I save so much money on my heating because of Mulberry Silk, because I don't have to have the heating cranked up. So I took the duvet off, and it was like an Arctic, you know, chill. It got in places that, frankly, I didn't want it to get in.
Rob,
straight back on with the duvet.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that tossing and
Let's
turning
do the pillowcase.
in bed.
Yeah.
The Bedding Association reckon, and they're clever people, as I said earlier, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They reckon the average person turns over in bed 30 to 40 times every night.
You're not supposed to.
Just flipping over.
Yeah.
You know, with silk, you get in there, as I mentioned earlier, it's a cocoon fibre.
Yeah.
It gently folds itself around you and it sits. It doesn't walk. It doesn't move.
Yeah.
So you're protected, you're comfortable, you're warm, and crucially, you don't sweat under silk.
Ray, you know, you said to me, can I tell you a story that will shock you?
Go for it.
Ray, can I tell you a story that will shock you?
Yes.
When everyone checks out on the pillowcase, we're only going to have a third of the stock left. We haven't even talked about it yet. Is that right, Caroline? Did I hear you right? Oh, no, I didn't. So, okay. If everyone who's bought... if everyone who's bought... Okay, so sorry, I completely missaid. If everyone who's bought a pillow also bought a pillowcase, we'd only have a third of the stock left.
Yeah.
Right, okay. so never mind. That one kind of fell on stony ground, didn't it, really? You know, to be honest. But I think people will. Tell us about the pillowcase. There are 4 colours.
Well, in
They're
my
all
opinion,
available.
Rob, everyone should sleep on silk. And here's the reason why.
Yeah, and this is for you, Gazza, as well.
When I do a live presentation, people come up to me, they say, you know, these pillowcases, I've read about them, they're wonderful. They stop your wrinkling, don't they? Now, Rob, they get an awful shock when I say, I'm sorry, nothing will stop your wrinkling, and nothing will stop your wrinkling. But what you can do, you can slow the process down. It stops your skin from drying out. If you sleep, and this is not sales talk, please check it on a computer. For your own peace of mind, go into Google or Wikipedia, ask the question. If you sleep, put your head on a cotton pillowcase, cotton will take the moisture from your skin. It will drain the moisture from your skin and dry your skin out. Silk does the exact opposite. Silk is a hydrophilic protein, similar to your hair. Hydra, water, philic, loving. A water-loving protein, similar to your hair. So it keeps your skin hydrated. And if your skin is high, and don't forget, Rob, the average person's in bed for 7 or 8 hours every night.
Third of their
life.
Yeah.
And for a third of your life, if you're sleeping on a silk pillowcase, that's nourishing your skin, as opposed to taking the moisture from your skin, it's going to be an advantage. It's going to stop your skin drying out and wrinkling.
Yeah.
Now, here's something else I would like to mention, especially at Christmas time, which 4 or 5 days from now, people are going to waken up. They'll have all sorts of shampoos, skin creams given as gifts.
Expensive ones,
Some creams you put on your skin at night and you go to bed, right? And then you put your head on a cotton pillowcase, and the cotton will dry a high percentage of that expensive cream from your skin. Silk does the opposite. The sericin, the amino acids in the silk, is like a boost to the cream you've already put on. It's like having, how can I explain it? It's like having 2 cars with an identical engine, only one has a turbo attached. So when the turbo kicks in, you get that extra boost. And if you put a skin cream on at night, then put your head on a silk pillowcase, you get that extra boost. It's wonderful.
They're so luxurious.
And here's something else I should mention. Rob.
Please.
Very often people come up to me and they say, you know, I'm quite surprised. Your pillowcases, they have silk on both sides.
I know.
Now, that's what's been happening a lot recently. When I'm doing live presentations, people have said to me, they've ordered pillowcases on the internet, and when they get them delivered, they've only got silk on one side. These are made by the official Mulberry Silk Company. You're buying from the Mulberry Silk Company, and they
Yep.
have silk in both sides.
And it's the finest silk money can buy. You
AAA
couldn't
grade
go to
Mulberry.
anywhere in the world and get better silk.
And inside, this is the final thing, I must mention this quickly. To the best of my knowledge, no other pillowcase has this. This is a very, very expensive process.
Yeah.
What we've done on the inside, we have sprayed on a thin layer of cotton. Now, even the most expensive cotton compared to silk, the most expensive cotton is coarse compared to silk. Now, there's a saying that's known the whole world over, smooth as silk. By putting that cotton lining in there, when you put the pillow inside this, it keeps the outer silk absolutely smooth. So when you're waking up in the morning, you get no lines in your face.
Right.
It's a very special product. And I have no hesitation in saying, if you were lucky enough to find a shop anywhere in the United Kingdom selling silk this quality, for a pillowcase this quality, you'd pay upwards of £50.
Hold on. I got it
now
wrong.
It's a bargain.
I got it wrong. Is that 10-year? It just said 10-year warranty on the video for the pillowcase. Is that right?
With the pillowcase.
Maybe that's not right. I thought the pillowcase was 5 years.
Yes.
We'll get back to you
It's
on
5.
that. It's 5,
Yeah.
yeah. So that video, sorry, was we'll correct that. So I want to say, we every single show, we always, as we go back to the duvets, this is a perfect time to talk about it. Please get your pillows as quickly as you can. Pillowcases, they're a perfect Christmas gift. And remember, you can order these now, and throughout the weekend, all of your orders are going to be made ready, and they're going out first thing Monday morning, DPD, 24-hour guaranteed delivery, so you should have everything by Tuesday. If our website gives you a delivery estimate that's after Christmas, ignore it. It's just we haven't updated our system for, this is a new express service just for tonight's show that Ray has done for you. And so you and RK Sales, this is why you will get these in time for Christmas. So you can either click buy now. Remember, it's also capped postage and packing. So buy as many as you like, fill your boots, buy your pillows, buy your everything you want. Your pillowcases, your duvets, etc. It's just one P&P.
We haven't mentioned, there are no inferior fibres mixed in with this. It's 100% AAA grade, long fibre, mulberry silk. I know the public sometimes must get fed up hearing me stressing this, but always read the label. Yeah. We have to put that on by law. This is the highest quality you can possibly get at a price which is so affordable. Yeah. And, you know, we were mentioning earlier these skin creams you buy. You know,
and I learned through her that, in fact, when she used to come to Croydon, where I live, which there's quite a large Afro-Caribbean community, they have a lot of hair shops, especially for Afro-Caribbean hair.
Expensive hair shops.
Expensive, yeah. And I know that maintaining Afro-Caribbean hair can be expensive, but also difficult. But silk wraps are quite commonly used.
Can I mention something to you, Rob? This is going to take 60 seconds.
No, say what you
like.
Now
you've mentioned
We've got about an hour and a half.
People of colour, ladies and men of colour, say you're Afro-Caribbean, Afro-American, right? You know the problems you have with your hair. Now, the problems are caused by the following. When your hair starts to grow from your scalp, from the canal, the root canal, look, your hair, if you put it under a microscope, is quite wide, is broad. As it starts to grow, it narrows. Yeah. It's less broad. And quite quickly, it forms a kink and a twist. And the natural nutrients from your scalp can no longer pass along the hair to get beyond the kink and the twist. And the hair beyond the kink and the twist becomes fragile, dry, and breaks. Now, you're quite right. These shops very often sell a cap that people put on their hair. Yeah. But a lot of ladies don't want to go to bed with one of those. You get exactly the same results by sleeping on a silk pillowcase without clamping something in your head. And if you are a person of colour, man or woman, boy or girl, buy a silk pillowcase. It will make such a difference to your hair. But every hairdressing shop who specialises in Afro-Caribbean, people of colour they'll tell you to sleep on silk.
We're going to go back to the duvet. Also got another email here. This is from Keeley. Is that right? No, sorry, Joe, who's in Keeley. Right. Joe, the steampunk medal maker in Bradford. Hi, Joe. How are you doing? So they say, I bought my Mulberry Silk pillow and duvet from you in late 2020 when you were the previous version. Well, we weren't, but yeah, we were at a shopping channel at the time that also broadcast on ITV. And so they say, my pillow is looking somewhat mucky in spite of using pillowcases, as I used to use henna on my hair. What sort of temperature should I use my washing machine at to get this looking healthy?
40 degrees.
Yeah?
40
For the pillow, 40 degrees?
40 degrees.
And again, you can use a white, if you need to use a whitening gel. I use Vanish. There's a Vanish gel that's safe for silk. There probably are others, but that's the one I know. And they come up beautifully. And if it's been a long time since you've washed it, you might want to wash it twice, I suppose. You know.
That gentleman's name was a gentleman?
Well, it was it's J-O, no, it's Joe, J-O is a lady, I believe, right? Yeah.
Well, interestingly enough, she says she's had her pillow for 6 years.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the previous channel where she bought it from.
Yeah.
You and I worked in that channel for 22 years selling silk. Now, Rob, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I've been selling different products, mainly silk, on television for roughly 50 years. You've been doing it for, I would say, 35, 40.
Yeah.
Answer me this question honestly. How many products do you know that are being sold today that were sold in television 22 years ago?
Oh.
Very few.
Very few.
You could count them in one hand.
If that, yeah.
We've been selling this on television here in the United Kingdom, on one channel for 22 years, and this channel for coming up to 2 years, 24 years. So the reason why we've lasted so long is absolutely obvious. Quality.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolute quality.
And value.
And good after-sales customer service.
Yeah, because when you call Ray's company, it's not a robot, it's not AI, it's a real person, and they are very, very good people as well. Remember, as you've just tuned in, everything we're talking about tonight, you get to try before you buy. I mean, yeah, you pay for it, but you have an unconditional money-back guarantee, and that's not even from Shop on TV, that's from RK Sales. So if you're not satisfied, you get in touch with them, and the only thing you'll be out is the P&P of $4.95, because we've got to pay the postman, right, or the post lady. Now, I want to say something. Have we gone back to the duvet? Yes, we have. This question comes in all the time, and please check out your baskets, by the way. We are massively running out of stock on all different sizes and you know, everything. So pay, and then you'll get it. If you don't order it now in this show we've got the +1 finishes at 4 a.m. If you haven't ordered it by the time the +1 show's finished at 4 a.m., first of all, it's very unlikely that the stocks will be available and you'll have missed it anyway. But secondly, you've got to get your order in this show, because that's how we can guarantee you, well, as close as we can guarantee anything, you know, I was going to say in this day and age, we need to get it out to you Monday in order to have it. It's going to all be shipped Monday, DPD, guaranteed 24-hour next day delivery. So this is the show when you need to order. Sorry, I didn't say that very eloquently, but I'm
doing your best.
I'm tired. It's been a long year and I'm almost going home for Christmas. All right, here's the question that always comes in, the comment that always comes in every single time. Are you ready for it, Ray? I'll even know what this is. I'm going to answer a little bit and then I'll throw it over to you. What's the TOG rating of the silk? There is no TOG rating with silk. Some retailers have started to give it one because they're sick of people asking what's the TOG rating on silk. There is TOG ratings. I don't even know what they're supposed to measure, really.
Weight.
Is it weight? But it's the amount of sort of heat that I suppose is trapped in the duvet. These don't trap heat. The answer to this question is very simple. Whatever your ideal temperature is, you personally, you watching, you listening now, that's the temperature that you'll get with your duvet. Someone lying next to you who may have a completely different, if there is someone who may have a completely different temperature, ideal temperature, they'll get their ideal temperature. This it doesn't trap heat, it regulates temperature to whatever the body is that's underneath it. So you will always get nice and warm in the winter, and I mean even in -0 figures. Silk, if you go skiing or if you go up mountains and things like that, or you work in the Arctic or the Antarctic, all of those, the clothes, they're all lined with silk. But also, you go to a hot country like India, and what do they wear, the ladies? Silk saris, right? There's a reason for all this. It's been something that people have known in other parts of the world for centuries, if not millennia. So the point is, whatever your ideal temperature is when you sleep under mulberry silk, that's the temperature you will get. That and nothing else, and you'll never overheat. You'll never have to wake up and throw the duvet. And can I, in fact, before I throw this over to Ray, can I just quickly say, now's the science section. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. No, look, I'm not a sleep expert. I just play one on TV. The toxic sleep is the way sleep is described when you keep waking up in the middle of the night and you don't get to get that full, deep recovery, recuperative, healing, restorative, regenerative sleep that you need. So there are about, I think, there are several layers, several levels of sleep. You know, there's alpha, beta, theta. There are all these different kinds of sleep. And you have to go through all of them. It takes about, each cycle takes about an hour and a half. So that's why they say, if you need to sleep for less time than you normally would, sleep in increments of 90 minutes. If you wake up because your duvet's too hot, your head's sweating because of your pillow, and you throw the duvet off, you're awake. You can't go back into where you left off in your sleep cycle. You have to start again. And then you wake up because now you're cold and you pull the duvet. So you keep waking up. It keeps interrupting these cycles. I bet you've woken up on numerous occasions where you may have slept for hours, but you still feel tired. If you're someone that's been in that situation, I guarantee you've got a synthetic duvet or you've got a feather duvet. Maybe a wool duvet. Wool's not the answer, even though it is a natural fibre, it's not the answer in the way that silk is. This is the solution. This will stop that immediately. You'll fall asleep sometimes you don't even know you've fallen asleep, and you'll wake up the next morning in almost the same position with your covers barely moved. And you'll know that, especially if it's cold and you've turned the central heating off, because I save a fortune with central heating by literally using mulberry silk instead. And you'll wake up still wrapped in the duvet the way you were the night before. And you'll feel better because you'll have slept properly. And that's what this is all about. This bedding literally has the ability, because of the nature of the properties of the two ingredients or things that it's made out of, the silk and the Egyptian cotton, you can sleep better than you've ever slept before. And I'm sorry if this sounds condescending, and Ray will back this up. If you've got a synthetic or a feather duvet or pillow, and that's all you've ever slept on or under, I promise you, the chances are you've never, ever had a proper night's sleep. And you will when you've tried this. Some people can just be curious enough to think, I've got to try it just to see if there's a difference. Because if the difference is true and what we're saying is right, we believe in and are certain that it is, you're about to get a real boost in the quality of your life. I did say this show could change your life. It's true, isn't it,
And
right?
if you do try it, and there's a tiny little chance that you don't like it, you're not married to it. No. You don't have to keep it. You simply send it back, you get an instant refund. Now, Rob, a second ago you mentioned wool duvets, which are natural. Mm-hmm. Now, wool duvets are actually quite good, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not here knocking everybody else's product. Wool duvets are quite good. The only issue...
I heard that they were bad.
Bad. The only issue I have with wool duvets is this. Sometimes they claim they will keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Now, I've been to India quite a few times, China many times. I never met one Indian lady walking around in a woolen sari.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're in the garden in the summertime and it's boiling hot, to cool down, you don't put on a woolen sweater.
No.
You might take the woolen sweater off and put a silk shirt on.
Yes.
Silk has got them all beat.
Does wool... Go on. So, yes. I was going to say, does wool store bacteria like synthetic or dust mites and things like that?
Or dust mites do love silk.
Wool, I mean.
Wool, sorry, wool. Wool, yes. That's why they dip sheep in special dips, don't they?
That's
to kill
a good
them.
point.
Yeah.
So like you said, the silk has got
no dust mites in silk.
Oh, wasn't there an email there, Caroline, I hadn't read yet? Sorry, we're just going to restore an email. I've got a really, really good email from Shona. Shona, you'll appreciate that I have to paraphrase what you've put here. Just wondering if you get, let's just say, if you're using your bed for nighttime fun with your partner, evening activities, does the silk help to keep you cool whilst indulging in such said activities? Probably.
Well, the answer, well, first of all, Rob, the lady is named Shona.
Yeah.
Shona, can I just mention to you, I'm 83 years old, so you'll have to give me a few seconds to cast my mind back. Maybe quite a time. Yes, I've thought about it, Shona. The answer is, if you're having a little love-in with your partner in bed, silk will be a very nice thing to sleep under and on.
Yes.
I promise you. Enjoy yourself, Shona. It's Christmas.
Let's just say you won't overheat with your duvet. Whether you overheat with each other is not for us to say. And where's that other email? There was a long one, wasn't there? We'll get that in a minute. Honestly, look, I'm going to say this. I say it every show. It's the best duvet and pillow money can buy. In my opinion and my experience, I've parted with hundreds of pounds. I have at home I personally have a super king size bed. I have a Mulberry Silk duvet. I have a Mulberry Silk mattress, and I have 2 Mulberry Silk pillows. My son has a king size bed. He has a Mulberry Silk mattress. He has a Mulberry Silk king size duvet and 2 pillows. Then at the crew house, I have a double mattress, Mulberry Silk. I have a king-size duvet, so I've got the drape. I love me drape. And I've got 2 pillows. I've got 2 spare pillows for some reason. I don't know why I bought 2 extras that are sitting in my room in our house of multiple occupancy. We have producers, directors and floor managers, 2 of each. Actually, Caroline's local, but before we had people that were commuting from all around the country. They all have king-size Mulberry Silk duvets, and they each have a Mulberry Silk pillow. The only person who works for our company, and by the way, our CEO's got, I think everybody has, except our new producer, Caroline, she's new to us, but not new as a producer. She's the only person that doesn't have Mulberry Silk yet, but we'll soon see to that. All my friends and family, all the people I love have Mulberry Silk. If I know anyone that doesn't have Mulberry Silk and I care about them at all, I make sure they buy it. And look, I do genuinely care about the quality of your sleep. I may not know you personally, but I get a kick out of people getting a kick out of what we do. And when you buy something and you're truly happy and it's truly potentially massively life-changing, and just for a relatively small amount of money when you think about it, there's not much you can do for these sorts of prices that's going to change your life in the way these will. And look, even if it only changed your life for a year, I'd still say that's brilliant. But when you buy a pillow, 5, 6 or more years you could be using this pillow. Your synthetic ones, you chuck it out in maybe 3 or 4 months, and if you're not, then ugh.
10 million a year.
10 million a year. Your duvets, you don't even have to think about getting a new duvet for at least a decade. But the fact is that these do last, anecdotally, 10, 20, 30 plus years. It genuinely could be the last duvet and even pillow, because I think they'll last more than 5 or 6 years. It's just they haven't been around long enough to be
silk
tested.
Silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world.
Yeah.
And Rob, I think it would be fair to say we're a company.
Oh, I had that
Mulberry Silk are a company with a stellar reputation for quality.
Yeah.
You are buying absolute top quality products at an affordable price. I'll just mention again very quickly, our duvets we are offering this morning at a price which is slightly less than we were charging for them when we first introduced them in television 22 years ago.
We'll pop the prices up while Ray's talking.
The quality hasn't dropped, only the price has dropped. It's as simple as that.
Oh, sorry. So you took me off guard.
Yeah. You're making a funny face.
No, I'd sort of was listening to the producer and director, and I'd switched off a bit because I thought, well, he's going to go on for a bit longer. And then you stopped. Well, here are the prices. So the single is $139. You can see what Ray's saying, down 30 quid from what we used to sell. That 20 years ago, that's what the prices were. $239 goes down to $179. $259 for the King goes down to $199, and the Super King goes from $279 down to $219. But remember, split that over, even if it was 10 years, you're looking at $13.90 a year. Okay, Caroline, have you got a calculator handy? Would you please divide £139 by, no, hang on, sorry, 13.9 divided by 365. Divided by 365 is...
12 pence a week.
Oh, gosh. What is it? 0.0, so 3p a day. Is that right? 3p a day.
7 3 is 12.
Yeah, so 3p a day for the single. I think I remember this, it works out at 4p a day for the double, 5p a day for the King, and 6p a day for the Super King.
Wonderful, isn't it?
And that's if it stopped working after 10 years.
The duvets we have in my bed at home, I mentioned earlier, are 36 years old. My wife washes them on average, I say 3 times a year. Wash them a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry, and once or twice a year, on a warm sunny day, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, drop them over the washing line in the garden, and the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse them. No dust mites in these duvets at all. Allergy board approved. Any lady, we must stress this, any lady going through the menopause, don't think twice. Instantly buy yourself one of these duvets.
Yeah.
They will wick away, and check this figure out. I'm not just plucking this out of the sky. Check this figure out. Go into, say, Google, Wikipedia. Silk will wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. So if you are going through the menopause, this is the duvet for you. If you have allergies, this is the duvet for you. If you want total comfort at an affordable price over a very long period of your life, this is the duvet for you.
Or as Will Smith, I believe it was, said his immortal words, if you're getting jiggy with it. Charmaine says, hi, just ordered 2 duvet covers.
Thank you. 2
pillowcases. Well, it's Christmas, come on. And 2 pillows. Thank you for explaining so well. Merry Christmas to you both.
Thank you, Charmaine, and Merry Christmas to you as well.
Thank you.
Can
we have a little stock update, please? Honestly, it really is essential. In order to get the Christmas delivery, you need to check out in this show. So if you're watching live, we go off air at 3 a.m. You can watch, so we're halfway through. And you can go to ITV1+1 or STV+1 if you want to. If you're watching on ITVX and you've just come in from perhaps your last hurrah out in the pub land and pub and club land before Christmas, you can always rewind. You can restart the show from the beginning if you're watching on ITVX as well, so that you can hear and see what you've missed. Look, the fact's very simple, and I genuinely mean this, and I always say this because I feel guilty because it sounds like I'm being pushy, and that's not the way I am by nature. I don't make any commission at all. If there are 1 million people bought these products tonight, I'd go home with the same measly breadcrumbs. I get paid decently for what I do, but that's all I get, a standard rate, that's it. No one gets a commission, no one in the company gets a commission at all. So there's no benefit to me to be enthusiastic to make more people try and get more people to buy this pillow, because it literally means nothing. So I'm telling you this because genuinely, I suppose if you want to think of a selfish reason why I'm doing it, even though I like to think my reasons are altruistic, I suppose ultimately we all do things for relatively selfish reasons. You'll buy it, you'll realise that we're right, you'll love it, you'll be happy you bought it, and that happiness will make me happy. And maybe you'll come back and buy again, you'll trust me, and that's all. So you know what I mean? It's genuinely, and I really mean this, if you're watching and you haven't got Mulberry Silk, I really honestly truly believe you should have it. There is no, look, if you can find a Mulberry Silk product, you don't have to buy this one. If you can find a better Mulberry Silk product that's genuinely 100% Mulberry Silk, full-length fibre, for less money, you won't, then you know, knock yourself out.
A Christmas bauble is
Did
just fallen
I
off the
lose a
tree.
bauble? I'm always dropping a bauble. So the point I'm trying to make is that if you sleep under synthetic duvets or feather, you've not had ever had a proper night's sleep. You just haven't. It's not possible. You will overheat and wake up. It will interrupt your sleep. You will not get the full, deep, restorative, recuperative, healing sleep that your body absolutely needs. It's time to stop shortchanging yourself and cheapskating yourself in the bedroom, and spend something, you know, a relatively small amount of money on yourself for your nighttime satisfaction, for potentially years of better sleep. Yeah, if I said 139 quid, or what's the most expensive one? 199 for the Super King. If I said no, 219, I said I'm going to charge you 219 pounds for 10 years of what we believe is guaranteed better sleep, the best sleep you've ever had, wouldn't you pay that? Trouble is, a lot of people don't think they're sleeping badly because they don't have any comparison. That's why you've got the money-back guarantee, because now you can find out. Every single email we get from people that I've ever read out that we get from people who've tried Mulberry Silk pillows and duvets come back and say, I've slept better than I ever slept before. There was one person who had insomnia for years, wasn't it? And they bought the bedding, and suddenly now they're sleeping. So look, try it. You've got everything to gain and zero to lose.
When I do a live presentation, I would say 10% of all the people I speak to don't want one of these duvets. They're perfectly happy with the duvet they have in the bed. The other 90%, every single one of them, their biggest complaint is something you've just mentioned. They get too hot in bed.
Yeah.
Not too cold, too hot.
Yeah.
Now, silk stops that happening. When people see a silk duvet for the first time, when it's live, they can touch it. And they get an awful shock because it's very thin. And they say to me, will this keep me warm in the winter? And before I can answer, they then say, what TOG rating is it? Now, the answer to both of those questions is quite simple. There is no official TOG rating with silk. The reason being, silk is a low conductor of heat. It retains heat in a different fashion to say duck, goose, or feather. You don't need the bulk. Don't be confused, because you don't need the bulk, right? Now, the second point we must take from it, it will keep you warm in the winter and it will keep you cool in the summer. People say to me, hold on a minute, how is that possible? The honest
Hold on a minute, how's that possible?
Rob, the honest answer is only one person knows, Mother Nature. She's had the secret under lock and key for 5,000 years. What we do know, silk is a low conductor of heat. And that's the key to it. It's a gentle, just a most beautiful thing to sleep under.
And it's never
you
too
don't
hot.
overheat, that's correct.
It's just
not too
right,
hot.
it's Goldilocks.
Right, and we mentioned earlier, if you share a bed with anyone who overheats or sweats, this is the duvet for you. Any lady going through the menopause, don't hesitate. If you can afford it, get your credit card out now and buy yourself one. And I know in my heart this, as far as your sleep is concerned, it will change your life, because it wicks away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. And when you get it, if you feel I've exaggerated or Rob's exaggerated, simply send it back and we'll refund your money instantly with the same speed and the same civility that we take it from you. And one other thing we should mention, Rob, you know, when we mention how it washes beautifully, right?
Yeah.
Very often, well, if you have any member of your family who's bedbound, right? Now, people who are bedbound, obviously, they have their hair washed in bed, they have body washes in bed, they eat in bed. Obviously, they sleep in bed, little accidents happen. You never have to pay to have this dry cleaned. You simply take it off the bed.
Yep.
The largest one we make is a Super King. It weighs 2.5 kilos. It'll fit in any standard machine. Pop it in the machine, wash it quickly, dry it quickly, because silk dries very quickly. You can have it back in the bed within 2-3 hours. You never have to pay 25, 30 pounds to have it dry cleaned. It's a very high quality product with so many advantages. Sometimes people might be sitting at home thinking to themselves, well, sounds too good to be true. There's one way of finding out. Buy one. And if you don't like it, send it back. Simple as that.
Do you know, can I, oh gosh, I've just had it, oh dear. You know
What's
they say,
wrong, Rob? What's
you know
wrong,
they say
Rob?
be careful what you wish for.
Yes.
I've just, I was wondering what the stock situation was. So if everyone checks out, which they are in the process of doing now, less than half of all of the duvets left. We've only got a handful of single and a handful of Super King. So if you've got a king-size bed and you want the extra drape, treat yourself to a Super King. There's not a lot in it, 20 quid, isn't it, I think? So if you want the pillows, we've got less than half the stock of the pillow. That was a massive stock of pillows, so hundreds of you have bought the pillow. Well done, you're going to be so glad you did. And then we've got, of the pillowcases across all of the different colours, we have 46% left. So we brought in a lot of stock tonight.
Mountain of stock.
Yeah.
And remember, everything will be ready for, we will send it out, guaranteed Monday morning, DPD,
Yep.
24-hour delivery.
Please ignore, and I will say this again, and I'm sorry, I really wish we could put this across the screen all the time, but we can't. You can't, I think we can make those things there, but I don't know how to do it. If you get a delivery estimate, as you always will when you shop online at shopontv.co.uk, I think they give it to you over the phone as well at 033 332 41241. Please ignore the delivery estimate because it will probably say the 26th or sometime after Christmas. That's based on our standard delivery. This is just for this show and this show only. Ray's company they are paying extra. They're taking the hit, not you. They are paying extra to have this sent out 24-hour next day guaranteed delivery with DPD. So later today, it's about 2 o'clock, something like that, Saturday morning. So throughout the whole of Saturday and Sunday, they're going to put together the hundreds and hundreds, in fact, probably even thousands of orders that have come in this evening. And they'll all be boxed and addressed and labelled, ready to go. The whole batch will be picked up first thing Monday morning by DPD, and they will go out and again tracked 24-hour guaranteed next day delivery. So all things being equal, unless something happens with a truck or a act of God or something like that, you should receive your item Tuesday.
Yeah.
At the very latest, I don't know why it would even be the very latest, but Wednesday.
DPD are very
they're very good. It should be
good.
Tuesday
Really
delivery.
good,
You're paying for Tuesday delivery, aren't you? So if you're getting the pillowcases as Christmas gifts, if you're getting these because you want to get them in time to sleep properly at Christmas. I know the sherry helps, but this helps even more than the sherry does. I've got a few emails, and then I'd like, if I may, to make a quick point. Just remind me about temperature variation.
Right, okay.
Everyone remember temperature variation.
I remind you.
Justin says, what cover do you put on the duvet? Does it negate the benefits of the silk, and do duvet covers in silk like... Do you do duvet cover? Do you do duvet cover? Sorry, I can't read tonight. I do apologise. In silk like the pillowcases. Special washing powder and liquid needed. Right, OK, Justin. First of all, when you wash the duvets or the pillows, use whatever you like. I use liquid that goes in the front of the machine. You can use powder, you can use tablets, you can whatever you like. You can use fabric softener, scented if you want to. If you want to help whiten them, then use a silk-approved whitening gel. Again, Vanish do one. It's very good. There are probably others available. I just don't know what they are because I've not used them. Also, duvet covers. Yes. Imagine this. If you had a non-stick pan and you put a chicken breast on the non-stick pan, the breast is touching the non-stick, so it doesn't stick, right? If you put a steel plate on top of the non-stick, and then put the chicken breast on top of the steel plate, it would stick because it's not touching the non-stick, right? So yes, if you put a synthetic fibre that doesn't breathe, like a microfibre or anything that's not natural, onto your mulberry silk pillow or duvet, yes, it will stop the properties of the silk. So we recommend you use cotton or Egyptian cotton. And Egyptian cotton sounds fancy and expensive, but on Amazon, and I bought mine on Amazon, I got a fitted sheet because I've got mattresses as well. A fitted sheet was about 15 quid, and that was for 300 thread count. 300 thread count, I bought a king size set, so that was the duvet cover and 2 pillowcases, and that was about 25 quid. Now Paul has gone up to 400 thread count. Paul's our director. He's just got it for his parents because they're getting all mulberry silk for at some time of year. And it was, he said, £35 for a duvet set. So Egyptian cotton, and I got long fibre as well. Also, incidentally, if you want to put pillow protectors on your pillows and make them last even longer, you absolutely can. But they have to be 100% cotton. There are a couple of companies, there are only a couple that do it, but if you Google, you'll find them, I found them right away, that make 100% pure cotton mattress, well, they do mattress protectors, but also pillow protectors. And they're really good, and they're zipped and all that sort of thing, but they have no plastic, they have nothing, no synthetic fibre, and they're just pure cotton. So, yes, in answer to your question, you make, and there's there's standard sizes, standard size pillows. What do they call it? A housewife pillow, is that right? And standard size, or an Oxford pillow, standard size duvets as well. And remember, the duvets don't slip and slide around. In terms of silk duvet, we do the silk pillowcase. Silk duvet covers, no, for reasons Ray's about to explain. But wait, very soon we will have a solution. Ray?
Well, the reason why, well, to explain, to answer the question, when we first started manufacturing duvets 37 years ago now, we are a Canadian company based in Vancouver. We were a tiny little company. We were naive. We were just starting. We didn't know any better. And we made the duvet complete with a silk cover. And after about 9 months or a year, we started getting telephone calls. And the public said, you know, your duvets are wonderful. We love sleeping under them. But they're slipping and moving on the bed. And they're wakening up in the morning and half the duvet is on the floor. So we decided at that point, because silk is smooth, very smooth.
Smooth as silk.
Smooth as silk. It's known the whole world over. So now we make our duvets with a cotton cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Now, any thread count over 180 is considered to be luxury. But all I can tell you is this, and I mentioned this earlier in the when I was talking to Rob, and the public, the viewers watching may think I'm exaggerating when I say this, but I'm not. This is what happens. When I'm doing a live presentation, I get people coming up to the stand all the time, and I know, I can see in their face when they touch this, experienced housewives, homemakers, they know what they're doing, they touch it, and you can see the reaction in their face. You go, oh, this is special. And it is special. It's very, very special. You can't walk into a shop and buy this. We don't supply shops. By selling it to one partner, to one company in every country, our partner in this country is Shop and TV. We can keep the price low. Basically, you're buying champagne for the price of beer. And that's why we now have a cotton cover as opposed to silk.
I'm so chuffed. I'm going to read an email in a minute that I'm really, really, really happy to have received. 5% of the pillows have gone just in the last 10 minutes. Folks, please check out. You know how you're guaranteed that you won't get a good night's sleep with these products? If you don't pay for them. Because we have this stupid rule. I've tried to change it. I haven't managed to succeed in doing so yet. But apparently, if you don't pay, we don't ship the product to you. I know! What can I tell you? So, honestly, the only thing you've got to lose is a good night's sleep. Do you get irritable when you don't sleep well? Do you have rows with people? I know all the best rows I've ever had have been when I've been tired and ratty. Apparently my producer Caroline's lovely all the time. I'll ask her husband about that at some point in the future. So, no, honestly, I know this is so ridiculous. I can't believe, you know, at my age, sitting here talking. We're on the pillow, by the way.
My wife can nag in 5 different languages.
Wow. By the way, Joe from Bradford, Steampunk again, says, thanks for answering my questions. Both my cats love how comfy the duvet is. Abby cat sleeps on top of it. Harry snuggles underneath with me. My duvet keeps me at the right temperature, but it's so light, I have a thin throw over the top just to add a bit of weight.
Well done.
You
Go
do you,
cats.
babe. You do you.
I'm all for cats.
Charmaine says, sorry, I should have asked this question before, and to reiterate what you said before, how often do you wash the duvet? You wash, you said twice a year. Could you please...
Oh, no.
Charmaine, wash it as much as you like.
Well,
I do my duvets once every 3 months, usually. Duvet covers, you know, regularly, but yeah.
You can wash it as often as you want. Now, I mention this sometimes. My mother-in-law, she was 93 years old when she died, and for the last 18 months of her life, she was in a bad way. And we had to wash the duvet very, very often, sometimes as much as 10, 15 times a year. You can wash it as... This is a very strong fabric. You know, if you would this will shock you, Rob. If you had in weight a pound of steel in this hand and a pound of silk in this hand, the tensile strength of the silk is stronger than steel. You go into a museum, you'll see costumes from the Chinese era, 2,000 and 3,000 years old, still there.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm slightly distracted. So we have a very special email here. Well, all your emails are special, but this one is a really good one. So I can't sing it, because if I sing it to any kind of tune, then I will probably have to pay royalties, and I'll be the one that will come out of my pocket. So I'm going to do it in a sort of poetic way, if that's all right. It's Christmas time, mulberry silk on time. When you're tired, just slide in, don't frown. And in a world of cotton, you'll never sleep so fine. So get cocooned and forget about down. It's surely a start to a new song for Shop on TV, ? P.S. Where's my goodie bag? Now, you will never guess who this is from. It's only fair she's watching us, because I've been watching her for the last 3 weeks in the jungle. It's Shona McGarty. Hi, Shona, how you doing? You were amazing, and I've loved your humour, and congratulations on coming in 3rd place. I know. David and Sam, our floor managers, told me that you often pop into the TikTok. So thank. Well,
Goodie bag, no problem. Tell
oh yeah,
Shona
don't you worry. If you want a goodie bag, we're going to get you a goodie bag. I just followed you on Instagram, by the way, and thank you. I appreciate you following me back. Oh no, you didn't. No, seriously. Oh my gosh. I've watched. You know, I've watched I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here since the very first season, when Tony Blackburn, who used to, many a moon ago, was a mate of mine, and he won it the first year, and I've watched it every single year ever since. And I was rooting for you, Shona. I honestly thought you were going to get it. And you or Tom, you know, I was surprised, I'll be honest, that Jin... Oh, I shouldn't say who won it, just in case people... Have you caught up? OK, good. Sorry if I've just spoilt it for everybody. But you know what? I don't care, because I was... blooming website, before I was behind by a week. 3 episodes or 4 episodes left. I go to Google something, and then there's an ad that
tells
pops
you all
up,
about it.
And it told me the winner of I'm a Celebrity, and I'm like, no! Oh, delivery. Thank you. My director just said, Rob, you've got a little strap at the bottom. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? Pardon what? So, yes, delivery before Christmas. Ignore any estimates. No, seriously, I'm really chuffed. Shona's got an amazing voice as well. She's a fantastic singer.
Singer, yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, Shona, if you're ever in the Manchester area, I've said to Sam and to David as well, if you ever want to pop in and have a look around and say hello, you are always more than welcome. And we'll have the goodie bag standing by for when you do. All right.
Tell Shona not to worry.
No. It's the least we can do. You know, she was robbed. Well, she wasn't robbed.
Shona, you're going to have the best night's sleep you've ever had.
That's right. Well, in the last 3 weeks, I think it's safe to say she hasn't had a very good night's sleep at all. That's what we need for next year, Mulberry Silk in the jungle. Yeah. Anyway, back to normality. Please check out your baskets. Hundreds of you have these in your baskets. This is the busiest period of the show. And, I don't think our director can do the zoom in thing at the moment, but do you want to sleep better than you've ever slept before? We've got these new robot cameras.
You've just zoomed in.
Do you want to sleep better than you've ever slept before? Now you can with Mulberry Silk. All you need to do is lay your head on a Mulberry Silk pillow. All you need to do is slide your body under a Mulberry Silk duvet. And you know what it's going to do for you? Oh, it's going to do everything for you. It's going to regulate your temperature. Are you going to overheat under a Mulberry Silk duvet? Oh, no, you're not. Are you going to get a hot, sweaty head on a Mulberry Silk pillow? Good Lord, no. Are you going to perspire at night? Yes, you are. But is it going to bother you? No, because Mulberry Silk can wick away all of that extra moisture, up to 30% of its own weight. Are you concerned that everything that this man on television is saying is absolute rubbish? That's okay. You've got an unconditional money-back guarantee. And when you decide to keep your duvet, ladies and gentlemen, yes, if you have any issue with it, for the next decade, you're covered by the 10-year warranty, 2-year warranty with the pillow, 5-year warranty with the pillowcase. What about allergies? Do you suffer from them? Well, maybe they will be alleviated from now on when you receive, yes, your Mulberry Silk duvet and pillow, because they are covered by the Allergy UK seal and certificate of approval against live dust mites. Yeah, breathe easy and sleep well with Mulberry Silk. If you've got it in your basket, can you check out, please? Otherwise, you're not going to get it. And it is guaranteed delivery for Christmas. Go to the website. This is a website. It's lovely, isn't it? If you click on, if you look very closely, you might just see, just there in the corner, there's a little thing that says Live On Air Shop Now. I know it's very hard to spot. And you'll notice we have a web box, a web message box, and also our YouTube feed if you want to subscribe to us on YouTube. Scroll down a tinsy bit. You've also got the shows that are coming up over the next few days. And then you have Polty tomorrow night with Charlie, because I'm off on my Christmas hollybobs. I'm just going home. I'm going to strip down to my boxes and watch TV for the whole of Christmas. I've got about 18 bottles of different things coming, so I'm going to work my way through them. So there are our products. This is how you find our product page every single night. So there we go. There are the pillows. £40 for the pillow. We are running out of stock on the pillow. Are we almost at the point where there are more people trying to order than we have pillows left? I don't know. We're very close. Very, 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 very close. Honestly, I always say, if you're not sure, get a pillow. Because if you're not sure about the duvet, because honestly, every single person I know that slept on a pillow has then gone, oh my God, they were telling the truth. Hey, what's the story you tell about the camp? Tell us some of your camp stories. No, let me rephrase that. Tell us some of your camping stories.
Ah, dear, yes. Well, Rob, as you
Caravan stories.
Caravan
I was
stories,
making a
that's
joke.
an entirely different thing.
I'm all giddy because
you know,
Shona's watching.
We exhibit at every major caravan show in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
We have done for 60-odd years, and for 37 of those selling silk products. Now, in the summer months, most of these outdoor shows are held Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on a showground.
Yeah.
And the people come along in the caravan or the motorhome on, say, a Friday, get their awning out, get tables and chairs out, get the children organised, and then they start to walk around the trade stands to see if there's anything they would like to buy. And sometimes I get a couple, perhaps, come up to my stand, and they say, you know, I'm not quite sure, should I buy one or should I not?
Yeah.
And this is what I say, Rob. I say, well, look, buy it, pay for it, obviously. Take it back to your motorhome or your caravan, sleep under it or on it tonight. And if you don't like the product, bring it back next morning and I'll refund your money. Now, given that choice, mostly everybody buys one because they've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Now, the following morning, 30 to 40% of all the people who have bought one the day before, they come back the following morning to buy a second duvet or a pillow.
Yeah.
Now ask yourself this question. They want the second one for the house, one for the motorhome, one for the caravan, one for the house. People who've slept under, say, an everyday man-made fibre duvet for maybe 15, 20 years, they immediately scrap it and replace it with one of these because it is a very special product.
I don't spend my money on rubbish. I've got to be honest, I am a bit of a snob. I always buy the best. I'd rather, you buy cheap, you pay twice. So I always buy, if I can afford.
More than
whatever
twice, very often.
Well, and with pillows and duvets, dozens of times over, potentially.
Yeah, pillows especially.
Pillows, how many pillows do they reckon?
Every year, and this is a fact, ladies and gentlemen, check it. I keep saying this to people. I don't make these figures up. Check it on a computer. Every year in Britain is estimated 10 million pillows, junk, cheap, nasty pillows, end up in landfill. 10 million. That's an awful lot of pillows.
Terrible. I'm just trying to think of how much space that would take. I mean, this landfill we keep hearing
Go
about.
from here to the moon.
That is extraordinary.
That's another figure I checked. It would go from here. It would go from here to the moon.
Well, if SpaceX can't get it up there, then
10 million.
We'll just line of pillows. That's the way to do it. I mean, it is ridiculous, actually, when you think about it, isn't it?
Rob, what happens, I'll give you an example. As you know, I come from Glasgow. I live in a small village 6 miles from the centre of Glasgow. There's 1,700 people live in my village, right? So we know one another more or less, right? And I was in the local supermarket a while back, 6, 7, 8 months ago, and I was paying at the checkout, and the lady said to me, she said, I saw you on television last night selling those pillows. Are they any good? So I burst out laughing. I said, well, of course they're good. I said, they're really special. She said, well, could you bring me in too? I said, well, I said, you sell pillows here, 2 for £10. Oh, she said, the staff know they're rubbish. We mustn't buy them. She says, we sell them, and a couple of weeks later, people bring them back and ask for the money back. But the interesting thing is, Rob, the company she works for, who are selling these pillows, have supermarkets all over Britain. So I would imagine what happens in my local supermarket happens in all the other supermarkets they own.
Yeah.
So that's why 10 million a year end up in the scrap heap. Do you know, if you have a pillow you don't like, you bought it in a regular shop, you take it back and ask for your money back. This is what they say. Under the Health and Hygiene Act, we don't have to give you your money back. So how do you get rid of it? Charity won't take it. Salvation Army won't take it. This is what they tell you. They say, take it to the local cat and dog home, and they'll make dog beds out of it.
I bet even the dogs don't like sleeping on it.
Well, dogs...
Well, apparently, myriad animals like the Mulberry Silk quite a lot.
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
I've just heard that if everybody who's bought a pillow wants to get a pillowcase, you can't. 77 people would miss out.
Yeah, well, we're short of white. I know we're short of white. It is
that time. It's got to check out, ladies, and get to the checkout. Don't make me sing my Christmas checkout song. It's so bizarre. I've tried for many, many, many years to work out why somebody who's watching right now, who intellectually understands the benefits of what we're talking about, knows that we are offering a product that can literally change your life. 1/3 of your life. We're not just talking about change your life for a few minutes a day. We're not just, it's not, not just Tony Robbins here. We're talking about change 1/3 of your life forever, for the rest of your life. I mean, there aren't many products that have that big an impact. And this is it. So if you haven't bought it yet, and if you can't afford it, I get it, I understand. At least I would hope that you'd be able to at least get a pillow or two. Because that's a start. You know, anything you do is better than nothing, right? I say that when it, you know, sort of when it comes to success or anything you're pursuing in life. If you do something, it's better than doing nothing. But if you're just skeptical, well, that's no issue because you've got an unconditional money-back guarantee. And if you just thought, well, I'm not buying from telly. I don't understand because we're not a shopping channel. We are a shopping show. We are your ITV and STV shopping show. We are governed by Ofcom and the Advertising Standards Authority and ITV themselves. We are a partnership with ITV. We've been around for 2 years now and have just started a new 3-year contract. ITV and STV would not be working with us, partnering with us, if we were just some fly-by-nights that have crept in the back door and, hey, you want to buy a pillow? So do you think you get that level of oversight with a shop? Well, you know, there is some oversight with shops, but on the internet, there's none. People have fought, myself included, I suppose, for a very long time for net neutrality, which means there are no rules governing the internet. You can buy from a website you think's legit, and if it's not, and you lose your money, or you find out your product's a fake, and my God, there are so many fake silk products out there right now. Or you go to a legitimate website, but you buy from a marketplace seller, and that you don't necessarily know if they're legit, and then you find out maybe they're not legit. Look, it's a can of blooming worms, isn't it? You're buying from one of the most reputable places you can buy anything when you buy from Shop on TV. Your money is safe. You have recourse. You have so much recourse. And then say that again, please, Caroline. Oh, I thought you were talking. I thought my producer was talking to me. The stock is flying. Okay, here we go. Stock update one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for it? Duvet. 63% of the stock, got 37% left. Oh boy, 40% of the stock left of the pillows. And 33.33% left of the pillowcases. But the pillows, we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. By the way, can I just say, as we approach the end of the show, I know some of you might have be up for the fight. I don't know if anyone, is it not for another hour and a half? Well, then, and that perfect. So you've got us. Stay with us. We'll keep you entertained until you watch people punching each other. Yeah. I think, Ray, don't you agree? If you don't mind, I think it's time for a Christmas joke. Why don't you send me your Christmas jokes? Come on.
Why not?
Your worst Christmas cracker jokes you can think of.
Let's be happy at Christmas.
studio@shopontv.co.uk. And remember, you are going to get delivery before Christmas, but only if you check out in this. Ignore whatever our website says. It don't know. It hasn't got a brain of its own. It's got no idea. Ray's company is guaranteeing delivery before Christmas as much as you can guarantee anything in this world. All orders will be picked and packed and labelled and have a nice pretty bow pot on them. All right, that part's not true. Throughout this weekend, and they will all be picked up in one big batch first thing Monday morning by DPD, and they're all being sent 24-hour guaranteed next day delivery. So everything is scheduled for Tuesday delivery. So if the pillowcases are, I'll tell you what, and you know what, I'm a big Friends fan, and one of my favourite quotes is from Ross, where he said, where Rachel's, I forget the exact premise, but he says, "Don't worry, I've read your letter, front and back." And this, ladies and gentlemen, is silk. Front and back. And for my next trick. And also with this incredible spray of cotton inside so that your pillow doesn't slip out or wrinkle or cause wrinkles on the pillowcase, which would then transfer to your face. So, and you can iron these, whatever you'd iron silk at. And if you've got a Pulte steam iron, you don't have to worry about it. And that's actually tomorrow. Have we got an iron tomorrow? Don't know if we have. We've got Pulte tomorrow, though. And honestly, at least get yourself a pillow. And yeah, Christmas. Do you have any Christmas jokes? I've never heard you tell a joke on television. Do you know any clean ones?
I'm from the East End of Glasgow. We don't joke.
Oh. Well, OK. I've got an email on the duvet, apparently. Let me see. It hasn't transferred.
My wife says I'm the most boring man she's ever met.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I believe it.
Vince and Dave from Hull. Vince and Dave, not Vincent Dave. From Hull, We bought your Mulberry Silk Super King duvet and 2 pillows 2 weeks ago. We've slept so well since we started using them. We regret not buying them sooner. Best buy of the year.
Everybody says that. Everybody,
yes.
Rob.
Thank you for your shows. Have a great Christmas and a happy, healthy 2026. Thank you very much, and to you and yours as well, Vince and Dave. We really appreciate that. I love Christmas, you know. I'm a bit of a softie when it comes to Christmas. It's mainly the sherry.
I've got 4 daughter-in-laws, 4 sons, a wife, 10 grandchildren, 2 brothers, a sister. It's a nightmare in our house.
Well, I've got empty house because my son Dave's away with his mum in America. Do you know what I'll be doing on Christmas Day, which I do every single year? Can I tell you?
Sitting
It's
on
clean.
your...
My derriere. I will be on my electric reclining lazy boy, drinking Baileys, watching Love Actually, and blubbering into my twiglets. Because I love that. I watch it every year.
Love Actually, is that a film?
Is that a film?
Who's in it?
Yeah, it's a film.
Rob,
Yeah,
I'm not joking.
No, it's a film. Yeah.
Who's in it?
It's a Hugh Grant, Martine McCutcheon, Liam Neeson, Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, the guy from what was his name? The ginger bloke. Keira Knightley also. That's not obviously. She's not ginger. The red-headed guy. What's his name? I can't think of it. And there's one more I've missed. Oh no. Laura Linney. Laura Linney. Bill Nighy.
I love him.
And I've missed somebody.
He's
Colin
brilliant.
Firth. That's the one I was forgetting. Yeah. It's one of the best films ever made.
Wasn't he the guy in The King's Speech? Is that Colin Firth?
Yes, he was, absolutely, yeah.
I like that
And
film.
The King's Men, funnily enough.
The King's Speech, I like very much.
But I'll watch that. I'll watch Spirited on Apple TV, which is great if you haven't seen that. It's very funny with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. But also, Greatest Showman. I just do all of that stuff. I'm an actor, darling. I'm a bit of a sucker for musicals, so I watch.
I like musicals too. Yeah. Funny enough, My Fair Lady was on twice recently.
Yeah.
I saw that live on stage with Rex Harrison, and I thought Stanley Holloway stole the show.
Oh yeah.
Rex Harrison was fantastic,
yeah.
But Stanley Holloway. My wife was in the kitchen. I called her through to see it. The song that he does, I'm Getting Married in the Morning, an absolute classic.
Is that your favourite musical?
Yes, My Fair Lady. Saw it twice. The second time I went to see it, Stanley Holloway wasn't in it. He'd become ill, and I think the gentleman was called James Hayter, who later was the man who did the Mr. Kipling cakes.
Oh.
He took the part.
And he does. He does make exceedingly good cakes.
But I like musicals very much.
Do you know why cakes are like duvets?
Cakes, no. Come on, hit me with it.
No, I've no idea. I'm asking you.
I
just thought we should probably start talking about the duvets again. That's all.
Yes, let's talk about duvets.
That was my expert segue. Cakes. Well, these duvets are like cakes because they're soft and the price is sweet. I'm just going to go throw up in the corner. Excuse me. I've turned into Alan Partridge.
I'm trying to find an answer.
No, don't. Doctors and medical scientists have been trying to find an answer for me for years, dear boy.
Anyway, all I can tell you is this. As far as duvets are concerned, when you buy one of these, you take it home, you put it in the bed, you sleep under it, you'll love it. If you don't, just send it back. All we're asking you to do is try it. We've been selling them on television for 24 years now, here in the United Kingdom, and we've been selling them in 35 countries throughout the world for 37 years. They're a top quality product at an affordable price. They're Allergy Board approved. We haven't really said too much about that, you know.
Well, yeah, let's kind of
Can I just mention
rewind.
this to you? I have this Allergy Board certificate here in front of me. Now, you'll notice if you look at the bottom of it here, it's issued for 1 year at a time. Now, the Allergy Board are very clever. They do that for a reason. They're based in Warwick University, and they're very difficult people to satisfy. And the reason why they limit this to 1 year at a time, very often you go into a place of business, there are certificates on the wall that are brown with age. They've been there for 30 or 40 years. Now, that cannot happen with us. If our standards drop, they walk into our premises unannounced, they check. And if our standards drop, this is taken away overnight. Now, every bedding company in Britain would love to have this certificate. We have it not only for the United Kingdom, we have it for, it tells you here, we have it for Canada, USA, United Kingdom, Ireland, all of the EU countries, there's 27 of them. We have it for New Zealand and Australia. Now, the reason I bring that to the viewer's attention, very often what satisfies the authorities in Australia will not satisfy the authorities in Italy or Canada, America. But on this occasion, the quality of the product is so high, the manufacturing process is so precise and so perfect, they can find no fault. And as a result of that, this is the only duvet currently being sold, silk duvet, currently being sold in the United Kingdom that has this Coventry certificate. I'll tell you something, Rob. If you see any product, not only the product we're attempting to sell here tonight, but any product with the Allergy Board certificate on it, you can buy it in the knowledge it's been tested to the highest standards.
Yeah.
This is a very special product. Warm in the winter, no argument. We're a Canadian company. On January the 4th, I'll be selling these in Canada. I'm going to Quebec. The temperature in January fluctuates around about -15 to -20.
Freezing.
We've been selling them there for 30-odd years. People love them. I can assure you, warm in the winter, cool in the summer. Machine washable, cold wash 30 degrees, no dust mites, money back guarantee, 10-year warranty. You have nothing to lose by trying it.
I've got an email. I'm going to do the email, and then I want to ask you about your son Martin and his trip to a Glasgow department store a Christmas or two ago.
Right, it's quite interesting that actually.
Right. So Simon, hey Simon, how you doing? Says hello, Rob and Ray. Simon again from Newcastle. Thanks for answering my TOG question. You are most welcome. We have many duvet covers that are 100% brushed cotton. Would they be suitable, or would we need to purchase something else? Yeah, regular cotton's fine.
Yes.
Cotton or Egyptian cotton, brushed cotton, it's all good.
Simon, it would be very much suitable. My dad was a Geordie from Biker, so I know Newcastle very well. My dad was a Geordie and joined the Navy and met my mum and ended up living in Glasgow. So I have lots of relatives in Newcastle.
Ant and Decker, are they from Newcastle? They are, aren't they? Yeah.
I think so.
I worked with Ant and Dec before they were Ant and Dec. When I was telling everyone that I started in children's television for a company called the Children's Channel. And they came, I think they were in, was it Biker Grove they were in at the time? And they came on as guests, one of the shows we were doing at the Children's Channel.
Talented, aren't they?
Oh, phenomenally talented.
Talented.
Yeah. But it's
a
great
difficult
to see
job
how well
they
they've
do,
done.
Rob.
Yeah, I know. They're very good. So Ant Dec, if you're watching, big up. And you won't remember me, but I met you about 30... Worked with you about... When was 1990? When would it have been? 92, 93? 92, 93, something like that? 32, 33 years ago, something like that. Is that right? I know I don't look old enough. I did start very young.
So did I.
Right. Yeah, now, once upon... Here's a lovely story for all of the boys and girls watching this Christmas. I have had no Christmas jokes, by the way. Once upon a time, a little boy called Martin, whose father was called Big Ray, went to a department store in Glasgow and...
Right. This is something we often mention when we were in television because it's relevant to our sales pitch, right? You have to be very careful when you're buying silk products. I keep stressing, always read the label, in particular, the small print. What a lot of companies do, they get cotton polyester, they polish it so it looks like silk. It's nasty, actually, right?
Insidious.
And to the untrained eye, you can't tell the difference. So they add a small quantity of silk to a large quantity of man-made fibres, so they get a higher profit. But the law in the United Kingdom allows them to put a silk label on it, but it's not pure silk. Now, everything we are offering this morning is made by the official Mulberry Silk Company. Read the label, 100% pure
So
silk.
what was the deal with Martin then?
Now, Martin, 2 Christmases ago, went to buy his mum. There's 2 major shopping centres in the city of Glasgow, and in one of them there's a shop renowned, absolutely renowned for quality. Martin went into this shop to buy his mother a house coat, a dressing gown for Christmas. And when he was doing this, when he was buying the dressing gown, he noticed they were selling silk duvets. So he went across to look at the label on the duvets, just to find out how much silk was in the duvet and the cost of the duvets. Now, for a silk duvet, a silk label on it, from this highly reputable company, for a king-size duvet, now we're charging this morning, for a king-size duvet, £199. Our duvets are packed with pure silk, nothing else. This shop was selling duvets, a king-size duvet, £512 and for a duvet. And when Martin read the label, this is the bad bit, it only had 12% silk in it, but it had a silk label on it.
I can't believe you can get away with that.
I'm not trying to worry anyone,
No.
but please be careful when you're buying silk. You know, coming back to the pillowcases, people come up to me all the time. They get such a shock when they see our pillowcase, when they feel the quality of it, when they see it's got silk on both sides. One lady mentioned to me recently, she said, you know, I bought some pillowcases as a gift for my niece. They were £47.50 each, and they only had silk on one side.
It's just mad.
I said, and the silk didn't feel anything like the silk on in your pillowcase. That's because our pillowcase is AAA grade Mulberry, long fibre, the best.
The best money can buy. And by the way, if you're wondering, look, there's nothing wrong with people making a profit, but there does. It's like with face creams and skincare as well. You know, they have an active ingredient, and they say, you know, 15% active ingredient, but it's actually only 15% of 1% of 0.5% of something else. You know, but there are all these. It's all marketing rubbish. If you
With
ask
skin
me.
creams,
Yeah.
you'll find the high-end ones, the expensive ones,
Yeah.
have large quantities of sericin in them, which is taken from silk.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
18 amino acids in silk. One of them is called sericin.
Yeah.
And you'll find that these high expensive skin creams are all packed with silk extracts.
Or many of them anyway.
Yeah.
Got a couple of emails here. First of all, hi Rob and Ray. Merry Christmas to you both. This is from Kim. Merry Christmas to you, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Have just purchased duvet, pillows, pillowcases and a mattress in the past from Shop on TV. Love them all. Quick question, can I tumble dry the duvet? Absolutely.
100%,
Yeah, just tumble dry on
100%.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Hello, Rob. Here's one for you. 2 teddy bears in an airing cupboard. Which one's the soldier? Answer, the one sat on the tank.
Even the cameraman's laughing.
Paul, our director, came up with one. He said, why did Santa ban fizzy drinks in the workshop? Because they were bad for his health.
Yes, Paul. Don't.
Can the Christmas promo code be used? No, I don't think there is a Christmas promo code. Never heard of that. Sorry, I don't know about that. I don't know who that's from, actually. What's the best Christmas present, apparently? A broken drum. You just can't beat it. Hello. I don't know who this is from either. People didn't. This one wasn't signed. Look like. Sorry, let me try English. Hello. Really like the look of those duvets. Rob, you are a hero of mine. Well, thank you, and I don't even know your name. But I have 2 sausage dogs that pee on everything. Can they stand up to that, as wool has failed? I know that sounds dirty, but sausage owners will know. No, absolutely. That's honestly, if you've got pets or children or
Well,
sick relatives,
again,
you can wash them as much as you like.
Comes back to the old story. Silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world.
Yeah.
Not only will it stand up to it, it'll stand up to it year in, year out, year in, year out. I always say to people, to everybody, I say, when you buy mulberry silk, consider it an investment. It's not something you'll have to replace in a couple of years' time. The duvets in my bed are 37 years old. Simple as that. The pillows in my bed are 6 years old.
It's a whole adult person.
Yeah.
That's older
They'll last
than
you the best part of your adult life, at least.
Well, that's why, you know, if you are sort of middle-aged, sort of late 30s, early 40s, something like that, it quite literally your duvet could outlive you. And if you buy this for your kids who are, I don't know, 10 or teenagers, they'll be older than you before they even need to think about buying potentially a new duvet. Jane, hi Jane, hello, how are you? Me, Rob. Hi, Rob and Ray, says Jane. I've just bought a second pillowcase from you tonight. And wow, I can't believe how gorgeous it is to sleep on. I now have the silk pillows and duvet, and I've slept so much better. The pillow's like sleeping on a cloud. I can concur. I just can't believe it. It's wonderful. I didn't think that I would like the silk pillowcase. I thought my head would slide off it and it would be too slippery.
No.
But it's not. I'm now a convert and love the mulberry silk. It's fabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray, I've got a bit of business to do. By the way, can I ask you a funny question?
Yes?
Have you got a hot crotch? No, and I don't.
The answer's no.
I don't either. And the reason I ask that is obviously for comic effect. But we've both had these pillows on atop our nether regions.
And we're under TV lights. There must be 40 of them here.
Yeah.
They really give out tremendous heat.
And again, this is the thing. You never
Let your body
overheat.
breathe.
Exactly.
Let your body breathe. Natural fibre.
I bet you thought nobody would ever ask you that on television before. Right, OK, here we go. Seriously, stock updates. Duvets, we are down to the last 30% of the stock. Pillows, 36% left. And the pillowcases, the last quarter of the stock. May I please urge you to check out, I think a lot of people are waiting for the fight tonight and have been staying with us for longer than usual. I mean, what is it? Almost the end of the show, isn't it? We're still super busy. We've about 35 minutes left. There are still hundreds of you online. Look, I love to have fun as much as the next person does, and I'm always struggling to be serious about anything in life, to be honest, unless it's obviously something that demands one to be serious. But in honesty to you, you are going to, and it's a fact of life, there's nothing you can do to change it, you are going to spend about a third of your life in bed. I think the record for somebody without sleep was about 10, 11, 12 days. You can look it up.
10 days. I read that recently, actually.
Didn't last
10 days.
Yeah, that didn't end well, did it? No. I once went without sleep when I was doing a job years ago at Earl's Court, I think it was. I think it was the Ideal Home Show. And I didn't sleep for almost 3 days. I was so tired. On the second day, by evening, I had a conversation with what I thought was my colleague, and it turned out to be a stack of monitors. I was hallucinating. So you have to sleep.
You cannot put a price on a good night's sleep.
But wouldn't you say, I don't know what percentage of the nation it is, but I would say a large number, possibly even the majority, are sleep-starved. You're not sleeping right.
Another thing we haven't mentioned tonight, Rob, which is very important, especially for people my age, you'll find older people in particular will get up in the middle of the night, maybe twice a night, just to go and spend a penny, right? And
I think you'll find it's gone up a bit.
Yeah, and when they come back to bed, the nice thing about silk, when you come back to bed, as opposed to man-made fibres, the heat is instant. Very often when you go into bed under man-made fibres, you're lying there, can take 15, 20 minutes before any type of heat starts to get around your body. But with silk, it's a cocoon fibre, and immediately you pull that over you, you feel the heat coming down instantly. And it's a gentle heat. It's not uncomfortable. It just gives off this lovely, gentle heat. And you're in it, you're cocooned in it, you don't sweat under it. And I'll mention again, because it's so important, Any lady going through the menopause, don't think twice. Buy yourself one.
I've just had an email from one of our regular viewers, Chris Beckers. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Chris has been supporting me and following my exploits on...
Checkered career.
My checkered career, my Hollywood career, baby, and then my Warrington career. But no, he just says, Merry Christmas. Chris, a very happy Christmas to you as well, and I'm sure from Ray too.
Yes.
Chris, he came to visit the studios when we were in London.
That's good.
He's a wonderful chap, and as I say, he's been ever so supportive. When I did Unlocked, my comedy entertainment show, which everyone still wants me to bring back, and as soon as I get the money to do it, I will. And so, hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and thank you very much, Chris. We'll send all the best for 2026. Now, hi, Rob. Lord Cross. What an excellent name. You say that your AAA grade duvets are the best. What about 6A grade? I don't think... Do you know what? There's always someone, right? No, I'm not talking about you, Lord Cross, but there's always... Like, when they did 6-minute abs in the US, somebody went, right, I'm doing 5-minute abs. And it's just... AAA grade is the established, recognised best quality of silk. If you've heard 6th grade, A grade anywhere, it's probably a load of old bunkum, if you ask me. Doesn't get used enough, that word, these days, does it? Bunkum.
Bunkum.
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned...
Apparently, Caroline just said I've given her about 4 sweaty bum moments this evening.
Caroline.
Or squeaky bum.
Squeaky bum.
Not sweaty bum.
Rob, you're digging a hole here.
Sorry. I know. Squeaky, but because she thinks I'm going to say something else, and then I'm actually not. I say
You'll
something
be all
else.
right.
I know my broadcasting standards, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry. Yeah, good. I was just trying to think of some more Christmas jokes. But what I want to seriously say is, please check out your baskets. Look, I mean, I'm gonna look at you. You don't have to trust me. You know, some people find themselves trusting me because they can feel that I am a trustworthy person, and rightly so, because I can assure you I am. And actually, as Superman said to Lois in the original movie, Lois, I never lie. I was a bit of a tinker when I was in my sort of teenage years and early 20s, and I made a conscious vow that I would literally stop lying, never lie. And if I can possibly help it, you know, the white lies are always a bit of a grey area if it's, you know, for a surprise party or something like that. But I am genuinely always honest. I force myself to be that way. I've been accused of being too honest for this business. Not shop on TV, but, you know, the shopping TV industry is not always...
kosher.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. That was another squeaky bum moment, I think, for Caroline there. But look, you don't have to believe me, and if you are sceptical, I'd be really happy if you're sceptical, because when you get this, it will exceed your expectations, because you're expecting that it'll be rubbish and that none of this is true. How can it possibly be true? A duvet, a pillow, improve the quality of your life, help you sleep better than you've ever slept before, and then when you find out it's actually true, you're going to be really happy. So that makes me happy. But I promise you, I swear to you, on my life, on my son's life, on the lives of all those near and dear to me, I own all of this bedding. I've got 1 duvet, 2 duvets, 3 duvets, 4 duvets, 8 pillows, 3 mattresses, and a partridge in a pear tree. And would you think I'd go out and spend all of that money on those things if I didn't think they were absolutely... I sleep under Mulberry Silk every single night. And I tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I declare, when I go to bed at night, I wake up in almost the same position that I was when I went to sleep. Because you're not supposed to toss and turn. You're not supposed to wake up and throw the duvet off and then pull it back on again. It interrupts your sleep. What are you supposed to do when you go to bed? You're supposed to sleep. And you sleep usually in these cycles, several cycles of different level. It's about brain waves, basically. Different stages of sleep, like just before you fall asleep is theta, I think. And when you're in sleep, there are all various different types of I don't know. Again, I'm not the expert. But unless you get them all, you've got to have them all to get the benefits. And that's when your body's repairing. It's when it's you're recovering from the grueling day that you've just had. It's when you're being refreshed, you're recuperating, you're regenerating, your mind is decompressing. All the things that sleep's necessary for, essential for. Literally, your life depends on it. You can't live without sleep. And yet, for various reasons, and some of it, unfortunately, pure old capitalist profit, most people in the nation, or I can't know if I can say most, many, a lot, possibly the the majority, are actually sleeping on products that make it impossible for you to sleep the way you need to sleep to get all of those benefits. Synthetic fibre is all right.
You know,
we'll almost guarantee
Rob,
you don't get a good night's
Sorry
sleep.
to interrupt you.
No, don't be silly. No, you go for it. I got a bit passionate
You
there.
used the phrase there, which summed it up beautifully. To help you to sleep the way you need to sleep.
Yeah.
That sums it up beautifully.
Yeah.
Silk will give you a level of sleep that is definitely better than duck, goose, a feather. And as you're tired of hearing us saying it, but it's so important. Buy it and try it. We're not asking you to keep it if you don't like it. Now, here's something that's interesting, Rob. I judge, when you're selling something on television with a money-back guarantee, I judge the success of the product not on how many we sell, but how many the public sell back.
You send back, yeah.
Now, you could put, with our duvets, you could put in a shopping trolley that you go to the supermarket with. You could put in a shopping trolley, but we get sent back in 1 year. With the pillow, in the first 13 months we made them and sold them in the UK, we sold 86,000 pillows and got 19 returned, not 19%.
Yeah, 90. Do you know how I know that's true?
No, carry on.
Because you're still sitting there.
Yeah.
Because you'd have gone bankrupt. If everyone sent these back, because you can't
that's
resell
the point I'm going to make. With bedding products, when they're sent back, we have to destroy them. By law, we're not allowed to sell them again. We have to destroy them. So it's in our interest to make a product the public don't want to sell back.
Every now and then you just get a product that is, and I'm going to use the word undeniable.
Yes, that's a good word.
You know, sometimes, Freud said sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. And the fact is that sometimes a great product is just a great product. And it's, you know, if you think back, I often look back to our ancestors for answers, you know, dietary answers, and as it turns out, what they used to eat back in, you know, before the agricultural revolution and such, was probably what we're supposed to be eating now. Certainly not all of the, you know, sort of artificial rubbish that we're forced to put in our bodies these days. But the same is true with sleep. I mean, in fact, people used to sleep under animal skins and things like that, didn't they?
Yes.
You know, natural type products. Synthetic and even feather, you know, it sounds luxurious, particularly when, you know, down. You can pay hundreds of pounds for a down.
There's another thing that's
but
important.
They breed bacteria. They hoard dust mites.
There's another thing that's very important that we should, and I feel anyway, we should stress to the public. This is a product which is being offered to you at a very special price. Now, people might be sitting at home and they might be saying to themselves, hold on a minute. Raymond's telling me this is special. Rob's agreeing with him, right? Why is the price so low? The price is so low for one reason, right? We only supply shop and TV, nobody else. Normally, when you have a product like this ready to be sold to the public, you take it to a distributor, he takes it to a wholesaler, he takes it to the shopkeeper or the retailer. Each one of those people, quite rightly, add on a margin of profit. They're doing nothing wrong. We've eliminated those three people. Now, the buyers here at Shop and TV are very professional, very tenacious people. They know exactly what they're doing. They buy very, very large quantities at an advantageous price. And then they do something wonderful. They pass the saving on to the viewer. So you are getting something special at a very low price with a money-back guarantee. Machine washable. What a bonus that is.
Yeah.
Just throw it in the machine and wash it. Anybody who's bed-bound, this is the duvet, unfortunately, bed-bound. This is the duvet for you. Anybody who overheats in bed, this is the duvet for you. Anybody who has allergies, I'm not telling you, Rob's not telling you. The allergy board are telling you, this is the duvet for you. They know what they're talking about, right? So you can see here in the early hours of this morning, you're being offered something very special at a price which is affordable with a money-back guarantee. Try it. That's all we're asking.
And I have to just say that if you want to get it, you need to... I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the Christmas checkout song. I'm going to make it up as I go along. You better check out, you better go buy, because if you don't, you're going to cry. Go and check your basket out now. Go get your pillow and duvet. We think they are the best. And when you've paid your money, you've guaranteed your rest. So you gotta check out, you gotta go buy, because if you don't, you're gonna buy me a pie. Go and check out your baskets right now. And if you don't, I'll keep singing. And I'm not kidding. It's improv, darling. I studied with the groundlings, you know.
Okay.
Ray, I've got some very serious questions for you here.
Go.
What do you call a snowman with a six-pack? The abdominal snowman. What do you get when you cross a snowman with a vampire? Frostbite.
Ah.
What do snowmen wear on their heads? Ice caps. Jeez Louise. What happened when the snow girl broke up with the snow boy?
Snowballs.
Oh! I like that better. She gave him the cold shoulder, but your answer's better. I got loads of these. I'll come back to some of those at the end. Thank you for whoever sent those in. Yeah, please check out. Look, can I just say a few things? I've got to hang on back to a loving place. First of all these prices are not, well, I suppose they are sort of guaranteed in the sense that Ray hasn't changed them for years. For us, they're still lower than they've ever been. But to lock in the guaranteed delivery, remember that you've got to place your order by the end of the show. Now, if you're watching on ITV1+1 or STV+1, you've got till 4 a.m. Make sure you've checked out by the end of that. Throughout Saturday, the rest of today, Saturday and Sunday, all of your orders will be packaged and labelled and ready to go. They're all being picked up first thing Monday. And there are thousands of you that are going to, packages going out that will be picked up Monday morning, DPD.
We've got extra staff in.
Extra staff in, more elves than you've ever had before. Elves on the shelves. And baby elves. No, I thought you didn't do that sort of thing. No, and then, but also the fact is that, literally Ray's company is paying extra to get these delivered to you. Guaranteed 24-hour next day delivery. Everything is scheduled for a Tuesday delivery. So, look, I mean, just if something happens or you're not in or whatever, maybe you'll get them Wednesday. I don't know. We can only guarantee as much as it's possible to guarantee.
They'll definitely go Monday.
They'll definitely go Monday, and you're paying for next day delivery.
Yeah.
So that's all we can say. But so seriously, but also, it's capped postage and packing. So if you want to buy lots of different things, you're only going to pay that $4.95 once per order. You're only going to pay $4.95. You can have 1,000 duvets. It doesn't matter. It's $4.95. That's it. It's a flat fee. But also PayPal Pay in 3. You can you have to get approval through PayPal for that. It's a very simple process, and I think 85% of people they say yes to. But you can spend anything from £30 to £2,000. So if you've got a basket with loads of duvets and pillows and other bits and bobs, as long as it's within your budget. I don't want you getting into debt you can't afford or anything like that, obviously. So within your means, but you can add all of that to your PayPal Pay in 3 and spread it over 3 months, and it's absolutely interest-free. So, but you must check out now, putting it in your basket, because we're now getting to a situation where we're at low stocks. By the time this is towards the end of ITV+1. Like, for example, already 171 people who bought pillows won't be able to get the pillowcase now because we're just running out, or 171 people would miss out. But if you check out now, you can. The only way you lock in the prices, the only way you guarantee the Christmas delivery, and the only way that you're going to get it is to pay for it. But Again, your money's safe. All right, all I'm saying, you might, if you decide you don't like it for whatever reason, and you would be in such a teeny minority of people the world over if that were the case.
That's true, not only in this country,
Yeah,
every other
it's all
country.
around the world.
Yeah.
Around the world. £4.95 is all you. That's all you're having to. That's the bet you're placing. It's a £4.95 ante.
That's cheap.
Very cheap because we've got to pay the post
I mentioned
office.
earlier, I sent a book
Or DPD,
to a friend of mine. I was reading a book and I enjoyed it, and I'm talking to him. I said, I'll send it to you, you can enjoy it too. Just a regular book, £12. So
Wow.
$4.99 for a duvet or a pillow or a couple of pillows is quite cheap.
How do snowmen lose weight? Or how does a snowman lose weight? He waits for the weather to get warmer. I like that actually. That's quite good. What do you call a snowman who vacations in the tropics? A puddle.
Oh, dear. Right, Rob.
Why was the snowman looking through the carrots? He was picking his nose.
Picking his nose.
Ray, how long have we got left on show, please? Oh, 15 minutes. Ray, in a nutshell,
Right.
why?
Well, why should people buy silk?
All about, for people who've just tuned in, all about silk, why they should get it.
Right.
A summary, if you will.
Right. Well, first of all, most people, I think, know, virtually everybody knows, that silk is special. It really is special.
Yeah, it is.
It has qualities no other fabric has. Now, with this duvet, there's only two parts, the top cover and the filling within the top cover. The top cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Anything above 180 is considered to be luxury. So the top cover, pretty good. The filling within the top cover, and please check this on a computer for your own peace of mind. Go into Google or Wikipedia, type in all about silk. Now, the filling within the top cover is AAA grade Mulberry silk. Now, Mulberry silk is considered by the professionals within the silk industry to be the king of silks. You cannot get a better quality silk than Mulberry. We guarantee the duvet for 10 years. That's quite a long time. The duvets we have in my bed at home are 37 years old. They're machine washable. You wash them a cold wash, 30 degrees. You can either tumble dry or line dry. Once or twice a year, on a warm, sunny day, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, drop them over the washing line in the garden, and the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse them. They're allergy board approved. To the best of my knowledge, and I know I'm correct, it's the only duvet, silk duvet, currently being sold in the United Kingdom that has the coveted allergy board certificate. It tells you here, in plain, simple language, dust mites don't like silk. We have this certificate for 36 countries throughout the world. It's been tested in different countries throughout the world. Dust mites do not like silk. If you have any member of your family who unfortunately has breathing problems, who have COPD, emphysema, that type of thing, asthma, hay fever, this is without shadow of doubt the duvet for you. The same with the pillow. No dust mites in silk.
I had
so
dust
that's a
mite. I
bonus.
had an allergy when I was a teenager. I had injections for it, and the doctor said, for all those conditions, obviously it's not going to cure them, but the doctor said to my mother, you have to keep the place as clean as possible and just try and get any irritants out that might aggravate it. And obviously dust mites are an aggravant.
Yeah.
And this just takes that.
Well, funny
ticks that
enough,
box,
Martin, my son, is here with me tonight. He's 40-odd years old now. He suffers in the summer months with hay fever. It's a terrible thing when you see somebody can't breathe, gasping for air. Silk helps stop that happening. Now, I keep stressing this. All we are asking you to do is try it. If you don't like it, trust us. Please trust us. Try it. If you don't like it, send it back. We've been retailing this product on television in the United Kingdom for 24 years. I've been selling...
How many returns do you think you've had in 24 years? And it must be millions of products that you've sold.
Well, if you take duvets, well, let's take it 1 year at a time. I would say on an average year with duvets, it would be a lot if we got 15 returned.
Wow.
And I mean that, Rob.
No, I know. I know you're an honest man.
I'm not allowed to make these things up.
No. In a whole year.
A whole year. You could put them... if one comes in, we get a shock. You know, we get a shock. Having said that, we got one sent back this week. It was a lady who had ordered it, and as a gift for someone, that gets sent back. And whatever happened, she changed her mind. Wasn't even taken out the packaging.
Oh, so
you get one or two sent back like that as well.
That's a shame when
but
people don't
all
even
I'm
try.
saying
You've
is
got to
this,
sleep under
Rob,
it. Change your life, I think.
You know, we keep stressing this. It's so important to get a good night's sleep. When you do get a proper good night's sleep, next day, obviously, I'm stating the obvious, you feel better, you function better, you're a happier person.
Well, I drive the motorway. Actually, I'm not tonight, but quite often when I finish a shift, if I'm going back to London, to my house in London, I'll drive through the night. And all the way down the motorway, tiredness can kill.
Driving home for Christmas. It's a song, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah.
You thought I wasn't funny, didn't you, Rob?
I knew you were funny. I just didn't know how. No, but I mean, tiredness can kill.
Yeah.
Do not operate heavy machinery while tired.
Well,
I mean, it can be hazardous tiredness.
What I would say to any viewer, we're coming up to Christmas. There are certain members of your family, especially as they get older, you have to rack your brains to think of something to buy them. My wife is, I'm 83. I'm not going to give you my wife's age because she'll kill me if I give it away on television. But she's getting on in years. I keep asking her, even now, what do you want for Christmas? She says, oh, I've got everything. I don't need anything. I'm getting on in years. Buy a nice pillow for somebody who's getting on in years. Buy a nice pillowcase. Because these pillowcases, they're an inexpensive, beautiful gift to give someone. And they'll be enjoying that gift 20 or 25 years from now. It's not something that's going to wear out. They'll put their head on it. They'll sleep on it for 8 hours a night. It'll help the skin. It'll help the hair. It's absolutely wonderful. This studio we are in, is this where Coronation Street is recorded?
So the interior we're in Granada, or what used to be Granada.
Because
the car park used to be
my wife
the
called
outdoor
me
sets.
in, funny enough. My wife records Coronation Street so she can watch it when she's ready.
Yeah.
And about 10 days ago, Sally Webster, who's quite famous, she commented on Coronation Street. The reason why she wasn't going to Audrey's salon so often, because she had started to sleep in a silk pillowcase and her head was looking so good.
Well, if they set it on Corrie, it's got.
So if it's on Corrie, if Sally's got one.
Where you parked your car, that was the houses and the Rovers Return.
Is that right?
And our green room, I don't know if you've been in it yet, used to be the...
Oh, my wife called me and she said, come and look at this. She said, if it's good enough for Sally Webster, it's good enough for everybody.
I know.
It's a small world, isn't it?
It is. It's a small world after all.
You know, I'll tell you something else. I'm sitting here wondering whether I should tell the camera this.
Don't tell
When
it.
I came out of my house this morning, about lunchtime, there was a lady, I live in a small village, a lady walking along with a dog, small dog, taking her for a walk. And she came up to me. She said, are you the guy that sells the silk stuff and duvets? Yes. She said, well, my neighbour bought one on television. A pillow. She says it's wonderful. She says, could you get me a couple in time for Christmas? So I sold a couple in the driveway. Whenever you bump into people, honest to God, Rob, whenever you bump into people, they love this product. It's a game changer.
How much is the single again? It's 139, right? Do you know that not only is it paid for itself, but I reckon, we reckon about 5 years, right? It's probably saved me £2,500 because I don't put my heating on in the winter.
Just wrap it around.
I sit on my every now and then if it's like super cold.
And the heat is instant. That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, I sit in front of the telly, reclined on my lazy boy.
It's hard to describe
with my
that.
single duvet
It's hard
across
to
my
describe
legs.
that accurately to the camera. When you sleep on the man-made fibre, you get into bed at night, the bed's cold, and it doesn't heat up quickly. When you sleep on the silk, instantly the heat comes over you. It's a cocoon fibre.
People forgot to remind me temperature variance. Right.
Right.
I want to say something I've never said before on any of these shows. You know, when you've got either a feather duvet or a synthetic duvet, hollow fibre. Yeah, they trap heat, you overheat eventually. That's not what I'm talking about. If it's really cold, let's say it's minus 10 degrees outside or in your room, if it's freezing, less than freezing, when you're under one of those duvets, it takes a lot longer to warm up, doesn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I promise you, under a Mulberry Silk Duvet, it could be -5, -25, and you won't know because yours always, because it's a cocoon fibre, you're always under your duvet.
You're protected.
At exactly the right temperature for you.
It self-regulates.
Self-regulates. Jackie would like to know if we've got any singles left. Yeah, me. Oh, I don't think that's what she meant. Yeah, we have a handful of singles and a handful of, what are the other ones called? The big ones? Super Kings, that's right. What do snowmen eat for breakfast?
Snowflakes.
Frosted flakes, I would have accepted. What do you call a snowman with a bad temper?
Sir. I call him sir.
Good answer. I was looking for a meltdown. Why did the snowman go to the dentist? He needed a root canal.
No.
No, I'm not accepting that one. What do you call a snowman who can't sing? A choir boy. No, I think these they jumped the shark towards the end there, those jokes, didn't they, a little bit? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the final, this news just in, final stock updates on the Mulberry Silk Extravaganza. Duvets. About a quarter of the stock left. Pillows. Blimey. 30% left. Sorry this is taking so long.
You've sold a mountain of pillows.
And the pillowcase is 14% left.
You've sold a mountain of pillows.
It's all the time. A pillow is... Do you know how hard
essential.
it is? It is essential. Do you know how hard it is? Well, listen, you and I we've been around the direct response, the infomercial business for decades, right? Everyone's always selling the latest, greatest pillow. And they're all rubbish. I think. A lot of them anyway. There have been some good ones. This is the only pillow. Look, it always keeps its shape. You have this beautiful loft. You have this wonderful support. It's high enough that if you're someone who normally would use 2 pillows, but particularly if they're synthetic pillows, you don't need that with this. You'd struggle if you put 2 of these, one of these on top of another one, and it doesn't matter what you do with it. They always come back to their original shape.
That's the one I sleep on at home. I bring it with me. It's 6 years old. It's been washed at least 20, 25 times. Look at the condition of it. Just look at it. And remember, we just should remind the people about this. Every year in Britain, 10 million cheap, nasty pillows end up in landfill.
Yeah.
These don't. People buy them and keep them.
We had a question about, does Egyptian cotton block the properties of the silk? No, they've got Egyptian cotton covers. In fact, Egyptian cotton is probably one of the few things that doesn't block the properties. So that's what you need. Egyptian cotton or regular cotton if you're going to put these on, or put pillowcases on them or duvet covers. And somebody here, I don't know who it is, says, you're missing a major selling point of the duvet. Oh, have you ever tried putting a king-size duvet in a cover on your own? Unfortunately, I have to. It's a nightmare. But with Mulberry Silk and with the Egyptian cotton
mentioned
cover,
that earlier.
it was a breeze. Well, thank you very much for that.
We did mention that earlier in the show.
Yeah.
Is that from a lady, is it? Or a
I don't know. I don't have a name for that email, unfortunately.
We did mention that earlier in the show. very often as people get older, perhaps they're not as strong as they used to be. Maybe they live on their own, maybe the partner has passed away. Well, one person can get these, because it's light and because it's flexible, they can get this into the top cover with the ridiculous ease.
I've got to stop you there, Ray, because we're out of time. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you, Rob.
Good sir, I wish you a very happy Christmas and a prosperous
Thank you, Rob.
2026.
Same to yourself. And
Yeah.
to all the viewers, thank you for your business throughout the year. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
And I would like to reiterate all of that to you as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm off now until at least, I believe, the 8th or 9th of January. I can't remember, whatever the second Friday of January is, that's when I will be back. From all of us here at Shop on TV, have a wonderful Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever it is that you celebrate. And just remember to keep in the Christmas spirit when you're gardening, and always ho, ho, ho.
Now that's funny.